bottom of the ninth in Texas. 3 outs from taking the series. Paul Sewell, who comes in to close it, guy that has been money, one of the best closers in baseball, falls apart. 3 runs, 2 outs. The Rangers walk it off 6-5. The series gone. And here's what makes it sting. The D-backs out-hit Texas 10-8. They had 16 at-bats with runners in scoring position. 16! And they got 3 hits. 3. You leave that many runners on, you don't deserve them. They did. Ryan Nelson was outstanding. Carroll reached base 4 times, all wasted because nobody could close the door. They're now 20-23. They get a much-needed day off. Rockies come in tomorrow. And I believe tomorrow they're in Denver. They're in Denver, excuse me.
That's all right.
And then that game would be at 5:40. That's right. Yeah. And time to get it right. Now, flip the page, because tonight at 5 o'clock, Christmas comes early for football fans. The NFL season.
Forward to changes. Just towards the man, wants the wraparound. Just starts at the Lynch's. 1-timer, 2.
Open the season on a Wednesday night. September 9th. The Super Bowl rematch. Cowboys, Giants, Sunday Night Football. Broncos, Chiefs, Monday nights. 49ers, Rams taking this day off in Melbourne, Australia on Netflix. And the league is adding its first ever Thanksgiving Eve primetime game with the Packers in LA to face the Rams. That, of course, will be on Netflix. Christmas tripleheader is back. Monday night doubleheader until they're dead. Fans said they felt conflicted on picking between games. And good. They were terrible, to be honest. One Cardinals game has leaked. Cardinals at Giants, October 4th. The rest comes today at 5 o'clock.
How do you leak just one Cardinals game?
Because they're not relevant. If they were playing in some primetime games, doubleheaders, tripleheaders, what have you, in another country, it probably didn't. And while all that's happened, the PGA Championship tees off in Philadelphia, outside of Philly. Scheffler's defending. Rory's chasing another major. Cam Young's looking for his first. We've got PGA Pro Steve Dalby joining us live here at Twin Peaks in Scottsdale in hour number 3 to break it down. And if you've been listening to Manuch and I for the past 21 years, you know I can't read. I can't pronounce names. I struggle. And you look at this leaderboard right now. Now, we have a new leader in the last since we got on the air.
Martin
Keimer. Okay, I would have gotten Keimer right.
Okay.
But the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names, I would, maybe struggle. There's like a 5-way, there's a 6-way tie for first place. So, Laz, you bright U of A student you are, give us the leaderboard right now with the correct pronunciations of these PGA professionals.
Our leaderboard looks like a game of Scrabble right now. Pretty hard to enunciate all of them. But at the first guy in the clubhouse at 3 was Aldrich Pottinger.
He's number 2.
No, they're all tied at 3 right now.
Okay, but Keimer's first on the board right now.
All right, so Marty Keimer's up
there. So you got to get the guy that's still playing.
So if we're looking at the guys who are still playing, you got Marty Keimer.
Just read off the screen.
Read what's right in front of you. 3 under.
God, you make things so difficult. Young kids. Yeah. Just listen to what your adults, your boss tells you. Just read what you see on the screen.
I think they're just listing them of the guys that are going, because you got a few that are still out there, and the guys in the clubhouse.
Keimer's through 11.
Batia's through 12. Smalley's through 6. Yeah. So, all right, let's do it your way then. We got Marty Keimer, 3 under through 11.
He's number 1.
Aldrich Pottinger, 3 under in the clubhouse. Steven Yeager, 3 under in the clubhouse. Minwoo Lee, that's an easy one, 3 under in the clubhouse. And then Rio Hisatsune, 3 under in the clubhouse.
Bless you. Pronounce why? That's why I think him.
And then we got Akshay Bhatia. He's probably the first round leader on the sports books right now, if I were to guess. 3 under through 12.
I mean, he's going to come in 5, 6, 7 under.
And then Alex Smalley's only through 6. He's at 3 as well.
And these guys,
number of guys at 2
that's
also.
fine. And these guys, they teed off very cold conditions earlier this morning. So the guys that are out there now have the benefit of the ball going a little farther. But we'll dive in a little bit more of that later. Also this hour, the sports professor Rick Horrow on the NFL Business Empire. Eric Williams from Fox Sports on the NFC West and the schedule. We're going to go out to Chicago to the NBA Combine. Phoenix Suns scout Greg Lansing will join us from Chicago. Coach Lansing was assistant with Steve Alford in Iowa, then went on to coach 11 seasons at Indiana State, where he at this point is still number 2 all-time in wins at Indiana State. Hell of a player, lives here in the Valley, and how things change on the track board. Is it similar that we see in the National Football League when they go to the combine? Is it similar? I mean, I know there's the interviews and there's the drills and all that, but how much more goes on in a combine? So, man, so that's all here on Rock and Manuch, Jimmy B. It's Laz, Jimmy, and myself. For another week, and then I hope he gets that. I mean, it's a nose surgery, so he's getting his nose. He's getting a little smaller. So he didn't want to take for 3 weeks to get a nose job. And he's okay. Yeah, I know it's just. You think he'll be able to have a problem with that? Maybe. But it was so big, dude. He had to get it done.
But if he does, he won't bother you. He'll bother me.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the heartbreaker last night as the Rangers walk off 6-5 and take the series. This one kind of stings. They had the game in the pocket. I mean, they were losing. They came back in the ninth to get up by 2, but to blow it there and through 4 innings, here's how basically a full. Through 4 innings, scoreless. Ryan Nelson was dealing. He really was. Ended up 7 strong, 8 strikeouts, 4 hits, 3 earned runs. It's been a great run of these pitchers going 6-7 innings. Gotta love that. Rangers struck first in the 5th with a 3-run inning. Jake Berger, love his name. He homers. It was a monster night for him. 2-for-4 with a homer, 4 RBI. He actually scratched back. 1 run in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, and they then exploded for 3 runs in the top of the 9th. So they take the lead. It's a 5-3 in the bottom of the inning. Then Paul Sewald comes in. You're like, all right, turn the TV off. This is what I did. I literally shut off the broadcast. Yeah. They were up by 2. And I was like, oh, Sewald needs money right now, right? Disaster. Wheeler recorded 2 outs, gave up 3 hits, walked 1, surrendered 3, and the Rangers walk it off. And Sewald takes the loss. So frustrating. As they out-hit the Rangers, they put 16 runners on base, in scoring position. But went 3 for 16. You can't leave that many runners on base and have any success.
I'm with you on that 100%.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, but here's the thing with Sewald. He started this season so well. We know what happened, and he was the closer. The wheels came off the wagon as the season began. Do you think that we are now going to see the beginning of that possibility?
Why even go there?
I'm referencing what took place when
One game. Why do baseball fans freak out
because
after one game?
Because that's what they do.
What they do, you do. No, I mean, I look at one bad outing, and that's not going to change how I feel. Him going in there. These guys have 9 saves on the year, right? He has lost some games. Okay, like you said, he started off slow, lost some games, but I think if there's no one else on this team that can come in,
well,
since he's had,
that's more than fair. They have nobody else. But look, he had a bad outing last night. But what happened was when he was the closer, he started out and everybody thought, oh yeah, they've got a guy now who can, as Mike likes to say, shut the front door.
Yeah.
Okay. And everybody thought they got their guy. And then when we got past the All-Star break, it went to hell in a handbasket. All I'm saying is with that performance last night, could it possibly be a precursor later on in the year? That's all
I'm big into Claude and Shaq. I do a lot. I'm big into it.
You are the kid.
And I do so much of it up my life, right? So if you type in Paul Sewald right now, Paul Sewald, he retired Major League Baseball relief pitcher. He spent time with teams including the Mets, Mariners, D-backs, and Guardians, primarily working as a setup man and closer. He had a breakout year with Seattle in 2021 after years of struggling with the Mets. He made the All-Star team in 2023. This is, you want me to look up anything?
Sometimes he's retired.
When did he retire? When did he retire?
That's like when they told you Pete Carroll was still the coach of the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
AI has a hard time sometimes. Ron.
Here you go. Good catch on my part. I was wrong. Paul Sewell hasn't retired. He's actively playing with the Diamondbacks on a one-year deal.
Holy God.
He blew the save last night and lost. Thank God.
You can bet on Kashi. I know we talk about that a lot. You can bet what the top AI market will be by the end of the year, whether it's Claude or Gemini or ChatGPT. And degenerates bet on that.
Speaking of that, the poly market, they just locked up their third major soccer league today. As they already got MLS, they're in Spain, now they're in Italy. And I want to talk to Rick Orr about that. This poly market has become a monster, and I'm still trying to learn it. I know, Laz, you dive into Kashi, but the poly market's so big because NHL has deals with it, Major Baseball has deals with it, UFC. Once the NFL and NBA get in it, it's going to be amazing to see what happens.
I just want you to know that I got Kashi last night at the Japanese restaurant. That's
Did
what
you-
I have no idea.
You gotta do me a favor.
I have no idea what it is.
Yes, you do.
Well,
We talked about it multiple times on the show. Are you here?
The only thing that I know about it is what you guys talk about.
Okay, then you know.
No, I don't
We're
know.
good sources for you.
I've never looked at it. I
But
couldn't
you-
even
do
tell
you-
you how I would even
But
get
you
to
know enough about it from what I have talked about
Yes.
and what
Yes.
Laz has talked about.
Which
So
means-
you
which
can't
means
say
I
you don't know
would-
anything.
Which means I would never use it.
Okay, it's a prediction mechanism that you predict and you bet for outcomes.
Okay.
Like, will you screw up today on this show? You can bet on that.
That's a given.
You can bet on it.
That's a given. That's not
Prediction
even- yeah.
prediction models. So it's a pretty big deal. So we'll see how it all works.
Number one trending right now, Bitcoin price tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. Number two, who will win this season of Survivor? Number three, 2028 presidential election.
That's why would I even?
You can bet on any of those three if
Why
you're
would I
interested.
go there?
But you're not a gambler, right? You're not sitting there
No, I'll
doing
go if I go.
DraftKings.
If
I mean,
but if I go to the casino, I love playing blackjack.
okay, that's different. We're talking about sport
I understand that.
or predicting
Yes.
politics or predicting
Yes,
Bitcoin numbers.
I don't do that.
You could predict. I'm sure you could bet. How Kymer's going to finish today, right? You could get in a bet right now.
Okay.
But it's crazy. I just think that we're getting ourselves into a big. We're gonna have a big issue with this.
Oh, yeah.
Sports
Wow,
gambling is
great.
already out of hand, and
Yeah.
these young kids that are coming up now, hey, I'll give you $500,000 to do this. Hell yeah! Why would you?
Yeah.
You're not gonna 4 or 5% are gonna make it to the next level in any sport. I'm assuming we have to go to break here, so we're going to catch up. But we got a night of grand slams. Like, who doesn't like hockey overtime game winners? Replay Rewind, which is brought to you by Lerner Row, is next right here at Twin Peaks Scottsdale with Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, ESPN Radio Phoenix.
Hey on Peoria, when it's time to eat big, drink cold and watch every play. Wicked Pigs American Bar and Grill at the PA3 District. Just serving up huge portions of your favorites. Burgers, wings, nachos, plus a full bar of TVs everywhere you look. And don't miss happy
Yo, Jamal, when we get towards kind of the end of the segment, if you want to just give us a 2 and a 1 minutes, and we should have the minute markers on each segment too on the rundown, so that should help.
Okay, cool, got you.
No worries at all. We appreciate it.
Also, I have like all of this sounds. So, like I have the Grand Slams, I have the two game-winning the Avs both calls, Tory sound, the D-backs highlights, and the Harden stuff.
Okay, sounds good. We'll probably just go through what's on the rundown, and they'll just kind of toss to it all, and you can play it from there.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, Jamal.
Yep, no problem.
Cool delivers from patios to warehouses, shops to summer events. Stay cool. Cool
Okay.
mobile air coolers deliver more air for less money. They're rust-free and backed by more than 40 years of experience keeping you cool. Available now online at Home Depot, Lowe's, and Tractor Supply. Shipped to the store or right to your door. Visit staycool-products.com. Slim Cool Heating and Cool Cube. Get yours today. Should be part of it. For tickets, hospitality, and travel packages, visit classic.com or contact us at the ticket office. And those in London, Ports Up, and push hard, train hard, work just as hard.
Okay.
Only 5 grams of natural sugar, over 2,000 5-star reviews. Voted the #1 soda for athletes. All good nutrition, great taste. That's who knew. Go to HUNUsoda.com and use code ESPN for 10% off your first order. Go to soda that's actually good for you. Code ESPN. Nobody does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Nobody. Whatever you're craving, you got it. Tequila cocktail, moving tours, and top shelf spirits served in glass bottles that hit just right. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails. Yeah, all here. And with Sonic Valley locations. Get the teeth chattering 49-degree cracks or take a spoon. Pair it all with scratchy bites that actually satisfy. From shareables to hearty favorites. When it comes to happy hour, Twin Peaks doesn't play. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, sees views.
It's time for our replay rewind. The top sounds of the night and whatever Rock decides to add. Let's get to it in replay rewind with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620 and on FM at 98.7 HD-2.
Let's get into our replay rewind. We're going to get the worst out of the way now. But Danny Jansen delivered a clutch last night with a walk-off double, and here is the call that we have to listen to. We have to take a good
So the first pitch to Jansen is swung on, and that's a base hit down the left field line. It goes into the corner, and the Rangers walk it off. The Diamondbacks scored 3 runs in the top of the ninth, only to see the Rangers counter with 3 runs of their own. And they walk off the Diamondbacks by a final score of 6-5.
Arizona Sports and the Diamondbacks Radio Network with the call there. Staying with baseball, it was a night of grand slams. What's better, a no-hitter or a grand slam?
I'm going to say a no-hitter because we see more grand slams and no-hitters are so infrequent.
They really are. I would agree.
Wait a minute. Mark that on the tape. That's the first
Dude,
time
that was
clock is ever
if that was the Sabre Day Rubin poll question, I guarantee it'd be 100% perfect game. I'm just checking in with you and see if I'm pushing the teddy bear, like I'm touching you, see if you're even awake.
All right, get away from my name.
All right, grand slam around the major league, bases loaded, big swings. But what we love is the calls, right? Here's the call. So we'll go out to Cincinnati first.
His third homer of the year. And it breaks the game wide open in the first inning. Some cushion for Latomo. It's 5-0 Reds.
Tyler Stevenson there. As they waste no time in that first inning, they jump all over and get one going. All right, then we go out to the Athletics. And this is NBC Sports California.
2-2. Stick on back, leaping strong. It's been 15 games since his last home run, and this is his biggest of the year. The A's have their first lead of the series.
What do you think of the A's? I think they have an opportunity to possibly be a wild card team this year, but I believe next year, with all the talent that they have, young talent on that team, that will be the year that they really pop. That's just the way I feel about it.
They're good.
They are good. They really are. Sacramento loves them. I mean, you play in a 14, 15,000 seat stadium, you sell it out every night.
All right, Doug Barshaw, right?
Barshow.
Barshow.
Former D-back.
Yeah, that's where I was going. He's playing on a one-year deal with Toronto. Of course, he was part of the 3 seasons ago with the Gabby deal here for the Diamondbacks. But he hit a walk-off. See, I should have said, what's bigger, a walk-off grand slam in extra innings than maybe a no-hitter? I think you still got to go with the no-hitter. But here is the walk-off grand slam as the Blue Jays beat the Rays. Save the biggest thing for last. Walk-off grand slam as the place went absolutely nuts. All right, we turn our attention to Sportsnet California, by the way. NHL overtime game winner. Overtime in the Stanley Cup playoff. One shot, one celebration, one you could call defining call. We have 2 here. We're going to give you the television call, which I believe this is the national call on TNT. Then we'll go up to Denver, and you'll hear 92.5 Denver altitude with that call. But first, here's the television call, the national call. You know, that game was so Minnesota's all night, and then Colorado just last 2 minutes?
Last 8 minutes of the game.
It was 3-1, maybe?
3-1
Yeah.
Minnesota.
3-0
Colorado.
before that.
Yeah, it was 3-0.
And Colorado
I saw that 3-1.
Yeah, scores the 2 goals to tie the game. And then they find a way to win it in overtime. Unbelievable.
And now the local radio call.
Okay.
Yates towards the net, wants the wraparound. Yates trying to circle Yates. One timer, go! He's gone! And you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here because this series is over. Brett Kulak with a bomb, his first overtime winner in his career in the Colorado Avalanche. Are steaming right in to the Western Conference Final for the first time since 2022.
They're going to win the Stanley Cup.
They're really good.
They would be the first team to win the President's Trophy, most points in the league, and the Stanley Cup since 2013 in the Blackhawks did it.
92.5 in Denver. So there you have it. Our Learn a Row replay, rewind, Learn a Row. Get a wreck. Need a check, make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always at the road.
This is the time of year, Rock, where I really miss the NHL in town.
Oh, my gosh.
I love watching the
Totally.
playoffs. Yeah, and
Even though the Coyotes were never in the playoffs.
I understand.
No, but that one year they were.
Yes.
I mean, I remember Manuch and I, we were on another radio station.
Yeah.
But we were the only radio station to travel to LA.
Wow.
To the playoffs when they were against the Kings. I mean, that year they had the Kings,
2012,
they had Nashville, yeah. And it was like us, and then the only television station there was Fooey from ABC 15. It was surprising because our family of stations here at Bonneville didn't have the Coyotes then, so it was on another station. So they had everything else.
Okay.
So, but we got out there and road tripped, and it was one of the worst experience of my life. 5.5 hours in a car with the dude. It's the worst.
I forgot about
You think he talks a lot on the air?
Yeah.
Imagine just
2 minutes. 2
I
minutes.
literally put my head in my phone, just like, dude, but it was driving me nuts because I wanted to drive, but he wanted to drive, and I'm like, I'm the worst backseat driver, so I need to drive. I just need to be in control of that. If I'm not, I'm screwed. Like I'm literally, if I'm in the car, if I'm in your little clown car, I'm literally, my feet's hitting the brake, and there is no brake. And I'm holding on for my life, getting that seatbelt nice and tight because it's just I'm the worst backseat driver. Like I was back in North Carolina last weekend with my family, and my dad's driving around, and he's your age, and I'm like freaking out. But Dad, let's go. He's at 55 mile an hour in that lane, and I'm like, cars are
1 minute.
I'm like, let's go. Oh man, there's nothing worse than just and I know people can relate to me being a backseat driver. It's It sucks. And many of you, your wives, girlfriends, or other way around, whatever, it's I can't get in the car with certain people. It's like, and it's the people that say they're really good drivers. In a way that they're not, just look at their rims. Look at their rims. If their rims are all scratched up, you're going to show right away they're not good drivers. Right. All right, sports business professor Rick Horrell will join us next. The NFL schedule will drop tonight. They cut their own streaming deal with Amazon, and the prediction markets are taking over soccer before the World Cup. We'll get Rick's take on it next, but here's Laz with a Twin Peaks ESPN Radio 620 Sports Center update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Matt Lazarus. The PGA Championship is officially underway and about halfway through the first round. The course is already taking its toll on the world's top golfers as the leaders sit at just 3 under in the clubhouse. Hanging around near the top of the leaderboard are Justin Thomas, who's moved to 3 under, and Alex Smalley, who's also 3 under through 7 holes. We'll keep you updated with scores from the PGA Championship as the opening round continues to roll along. This month, every big sports moment runs through Twin Peaks. From the NBA playoffs and UFC to the Indy 500 and more, catch all the action on wall-to-wall TVs with ice-cold beer and scratch-made food. Twin Peaks, where the beer is cold, the views are scenic, and game day is always bigger. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are the weekend focus at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views. Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros.
Hey, Rick, this is Jamal with the Roc and Manuch Show. How are you? Good. Are you ready to join the Roc and Jimmy B here? Cool. All right, there's just about 2 minutes left in the commercial break, and we'll patch you through. All right, thanks, Rick.
All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyota. Hey, Rock, from my friends at Roy Toyota in Wisconsin. You will always find the right deal at Roy Toyota. Roy Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selection. I encourage you to discover the difference at Roy Toyota. Make the right choice with Roy Toyota, just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard, and always online at RoyToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out RoyToyota.com.
The clock starts. He, the first responding. In that moment, 4 minutes equals break. 6 minutes equals too late. It's emergency. The first responder. Be ready. Learn CPR. Visit heart.org/nation. That's heart.org/nation.
Right in the heart of Arizona Athletic Grounds, one of the largest youth sports complexes in North America. Bristol's is the ultimate hangout for families and sports fans in Mesa. Come experience amazing double-decker cheeseburgers, award-winning wings, smoked barbecue, and fresh, craveable salads. With seating for 500, a full bar, 20 beers on tap, and over 100 TVs. Happy Hour Thursday, Friday, and Sunday from 4 till 6, plus trivia night every Thursday night. Bristol's, where Mesa comes to eat, watch, and win.
Arizona children enter the foster system every day. If you're a parent, a coach, a teacher, or just someone who cares about young people, you're in a position to help. Becoming a foster parent not only creates a positive ripple effect in your child's life, it can improve our entire community. That's the foster effect. To learn more, go to AZTCS.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're here for a whole
They had
month.
a good World Cup years ago.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
to talk about the business side of sports. Leading expert in the business of sports, author of the new bestseller, The Sport Business Handbook, host of Power of Sports, and architect of over 100 deals worth billions in sports, the sports professor Rick Horrow joins Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
Hi, Rick Horrow now, right to the guest line. How are we doing today, Rick? What's you getting ready for that NFL schedule to come out at 8 o'clock Eastern where you're at?
Man, I am just holding my breath. It's
Yeah.
in the history of the world. So,
Dolphins.
you know,
Yeah.
and who also is guesting in the other international games that they haven't firmly committed yet. There are a few owners I've actually talked to who are waiting at the point of viewing to see if they get one of those slots. So it's ironic that we've got owners that are waiting to hear what the NFL is going to do. They tell us on the game. They don't communicate. They own early kind of day, but it's like half hour. So it's the basics. It's becoming another example of the NFL contract that monetize the hope of 24/7.
Are they squeezing every last dollar out of the calendar, or is there still room to grow here?
There's room to grow as long as there are days left without football, and there's still a few. You know, how many Wednesdays? So it's Christmas Wednesday, and now we have NFL opening Thursday, Wednesday. And then, you know, we're not supposed to touch Fridays because of high school. Well, that's ball. And then we've got on Tuesday. I can't wait for the next hurricane, for the next Monday night Dolphins. It will be Tuesday. And so, you know, we're touching. And then if we have college football going 24 and if college basketball going 190, we're not going to have double headers. We're going to have many college football games and then NFL games after that. So it's inevitable.
Rick, I understand the streaming thing. There's a lot of money involved. I get it. I just don't like it. So, do you think that they, even with backlash that they get on a lot of streaming, do you think they will continue down that road or even more streaming?
Just because you're a senior statesman, does that mean that if you don't like it, you're going to listen? I mean,
No, I'll tell you why.
Keep going, Rick. Keep going. Keep going.
I'll tell you right now, it's got nothing. It's not nothing to do with being 92. Okay. Here's what I can watch 4 games at the same time on DirecTV on different channels. I can punch and punch and punch and punch. You can't do that on streaming. That's why I've been pissed about it.
wow. It's only, you get one, guys over 80 get one NFL game a window. You can't rock it with one. Okay, that's the issue. Just stay in your lane. And here's the other thing.
Stay in your lane. You stay in your lane.
No, I'm happy to say. I don't know why. Usually call pass. Your questions more often than not are brilliant. But today you're turning into a promotion, and nobody likes a promotion, right? So at the end of the day, nobody likes a promotion, and so we are going to deny every little league opportunity and club level pickleball the opportunity to be on TV because you disdain streaming. How dare you?
Yeah, he went shuffleboard. He's some of the oldest. Hey, Rick.
They reduced horseshoes because they want to appeal to the attention span. You can now watch the first game in 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, Rick's, Manuch is out for a few weeks. He's getting a nose procedure. And so Jimmy's getting all this extra time to talk. So he's letting it all out for 3 weeks. So,
Is he okay?
yeah, it's his nose. His nose, you know how big his nose is? He just want to take some time off of his nose.
Well, that's going to take years.
Exactly. That's why it's 3 weeks. Hey, on the business angle of Holly Market, I just saw that they locked up the third major soccer deal. I know NFL's not in. I know NBA's not in. You got NHL and MLB and UFC. It's just a matter of time. This Holly Market makes its way into the NFL.
Yeah, because I think what's going to happened is that everybody was kind of looking at me on how the market bidding process would go. At the same time, those that really thought they were curious to see how long it took before that side of the industry would impose some kind of, ethical restraints. And we already have the great method, which is they are regulated by a level of government where gambling is not. So there is an argument where you can bring it on quickly. Yeah, it's just a matter of time. And I think what happens is they bid against each other.
So in order to dumb it down, if you're going to go talk to a third grade class, right? The bringing in sports professor, how would you dumb it down? Because June doesn't have any idea what it is. And we're trying to educate him. He's being kind of a jerk about it, but he wants to be to you. So can you just in a nutshell just break down Polymarket?
Anything that you want to get could happen in the future in any context. Sports,
Maybe cool. Maybe that when I can get off the tennis court, on the golf course, in the pool, wash your soul, wash your soul, doing something like that.
So it's okay, so that you doing any I'm not going to control what everybody else does. If you want to waste the time, you're totally against that ability.
Hi, Frankie. We were in Chicago. Oh, they had the deep divisions. Weirdly, Frank, doesn't it?
Welcome to another episode of Nightcap. I'm your host.
I'm going to get in an accident in a car heading to
All right, so that's our 1 minute of Polymarket time. But all right, this one close to home.
Yeah,
Little. Yeah, okay, now we got to come up with the opposite. Nope. All right, here you're close to this. Dude, just did something unusual. They sold a handful of their men's basketball neutral games to Amazon Prime Video, including UConn, Gonzaga, and Michigan. And the Big Ten's a little upset about it because they had the rights to the Duke Michigan game. What's going on here? Are we going to start seeing more schools going to Amazon Prime and Netflix to sell them a couple games? Yeah, they not have that in their contract.
Yeah, well, they don't. That's why they did. And
Smart.
The smart. And
This is statewide fishing spots that buy on fish brand.
But right now, we're do it, and they're only
for years.
Los shoes on the sold out.
No.
It's done.
Okay, basketball. Yeah, no, it's done. But then all
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
want to guard against having one school get much more revenue than the other because
Remember how you shit you couldn't afford to buy? You take this shit, I'm not putting it right here, man. I'll make that mark right there so that
The show where I can ask a somewhat legitimate question.
Bring it.
So here we go.
yeah, well, that would be a first. So.
It would be absolutely. So my question to you is money. That's why we have
I'm excited when you got money. Watch out.
this is for you. Everyone else keeps going. I don't care. What did you put in this? What did you put in this? Will be something. It'll be. ESPN has never looked at places a couple times a week. Not like volcanic ash magic or something in it or not. They want to. Never has my skin looked this clear. That they did. Tell what's going on.
All right, Julian, my man, I got you. Thank you so much for that message. I appreciate it. You know what? I don't know you, but I feel like I know you. And your skin looks great. It's never looked better. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for loving that, Papa. I got you, man.
Greg, thanks for improving the program today. Appreciate it, man.
Well, let me ask you this.
Sure.
Jimmy, do you care about the answers I just gave, or do you not?
No, I found it interesting because I talked to Tom Lincoln on the show yesterday.
I realize that taking advice from somebody who hasn't done what you want to do is almost insanity.
That's why I
Like
wanted to
listening
ask
to
you about
people
the
who
penalty
haven't
aspect
done the
for
thing
the
that
guys
you
who
want
want
to do. That makes you crazy.
Yeah, but that's awesome. I just want to make sure that my answers,
That makes you crazy.
given your
Like you
earlier
said, I
comment
mean,
today,
you have decided that you've never had a
they're
burger
not
quite
all
like this one.
Well, I just wanted to let you know that being an old reflection, I did come up with something.
it's redundant. Old redundant.
See you, buddy. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Rick.
He's the sports investor, Rick Horo, Horo Ventures.
Thank you, Rick.
Rick Horo. All right, the NFL schedule.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Tonight. We've already got some leads for it in. Of course, the Cowboys Giants will opening Sunday night. Sunday night, first ever Thanksgiving Eve is coming too. We'll break down what we've heard so far, what it means for the Cardinals. This is Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B here on ESPN Radio Phoenix.
When it comes to sushi, reputation matters, and Sushi Brokers Arcade has built their champion sushi in Arizona. From traditional old to bold fusion creations, like our crowd favorite seafood dynamite and the must-try sushi pizza, we've got something for every.
Hey, Matt, you there?
Yeah, what's up?
Which Twin Peaks are you at?
Scottsdale.
Okay, so the Twin Peaks Reach Runner?
Yep.
Or the Scottsdale?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Phoenix, if you need a plumber, call the team that does it the right way. Victory Plumbing, Arizona.
It's Thursday, and welcome to Lodge Mentality. The guys are living in Twin Peaks, Scottsdale.
So there's no surprises. The job's done. And here's a deal just for listeners. Tell them you heard Victory Plumbing on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, and they'll waive the service charge. Replace alarms, water heaters, or anything on quick today at victoryplumbingarizona.com. Arizona, 75-acre sports and entertainment destination for all areas of families. Some people one of our largest multi-sport complexes in the country. Over 475,000 square feet indoors and more than 150 fields and courts. From tournaments to train to cheer, dance, concerts, corporate events, the ground does it all. More easy grounds to
Join us at Van Salt Shops by Western Gold for the Masuno Fitting and Bonus Trading Event. Test drive Masuno's JPX1 Woods and JPX925 irons. The woods and irons have combined power and speed for more consistent distance. Trade in your current clubs and receive 50% bonus trading towards your Masuno purchase. Book your Masuno fitting in store or online at worldwidegolf.com. Trusted by golfers since 1963. The legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Now open in North Scottsdale. It's the Orangedale Lounge. OD's. Right off Thompson, Egan, Bell. Next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Dress, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club. A one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills. Just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at OrangeDaleLounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
It's Thursday, and welcome to Lodge Mentality. The guys are living in Twin Peaks, Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree beer, served in perfectly frosted 22-ounce mugs. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, on this day in 86, California Angel Reggie Jackson hit his 537th career home run to move past Mickey Mantle on the all-time list. Now, this milestone blast was against who pitched for the Boston Red Sox? Jimmy B.
Pedro Martinez.
Nope, this is 1986. Would have Pedro have been a little bit, not quite that much later.
No, it's not that much later. Who would that have been? Yes, Tim Wakefield.
No, very good guess. Boston Red Sox ace.
Roger Clemens.
You got it. The Rockets.
See, I didn't have him there. I had him in Toronto.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I think it more Roger as a Red Sox.
I see
He had more.
Yankee.
Well,
You may be glad you.
Yeah.
all right, one more. 2010, the Flyers over a couple of three of them off the Boston Bruins. Bruins is the third team in NHL to lose a series after winning the first 3 games. Very rarely happens. Anyway, we'll get to football 50 NFL schedule release day. The full schedule will drop around 5 o'clock on the NFL Network, on ESPN2, the ESPN app, and NFL Plus. So
It's not on Netflix.
it's not on Netflix. They're next year. Next year. There was some speculation they were going to push it back, but they confirmed with a release that it's coming tonight. No problems with that. We'll get it out. Great. No NBA games tonight, so that play did pretty well. The NBA probably got a whiff of this and said, "Oh, we're not going to go up against the NFL schedule," which is a joke.
You may be glad you waited because the winner.
Like my cowboy was. So I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up first.
A little probably for Kelsey and what's the other one? Polygraph.
Poly Market.
Yeah, that's it. So it was
Garbage.
that they did not want
You are an idiot. You can't even walk
in that opening game against Seattle due to the fact of the baseball CD situation. So obviously the other decided that for that we don't care.
I don't think. Why would you care? Because if anything, if that is an issue,
Yeah.
it's going to bring in more
Well,
eyeballs.
see, that's the way I was
It's
at
a train wreck that
Yes.
people want to stop and watch. Clearly.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what has leaked. He just mentioned that it's the season opener, Wednesday the 9th, right? Seahawks will host the Patriots on NBC in Fubo. Sunday night, the 13th, will be Cowboys and Giants. 8th time in 15 years that these division rivals will open up the season together. Monday Night Football, Broncos Chiefs to get it started on the 14th. First Thursday night game will be Lions at Bills. Week 2. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Thanksgiving will be Bears at Lions. It'll be the 86th Thanksgiving game, 4th straight year hosting a division rival. 9 international games. Again, we're getting into some of what's been leaked. A record year. So all 9 were released yesterday. Across 4 continents, 7 countries, 8 different stadiums. It really is. Week 1, of course, the Thursday night kickoff will be in Australia. It'll be on Netflix. That's the first one with the 49ers Rams. So here are some big format changes for this upcoming football season. So the Thanksgiving Eve game arrives. So they're adding the first ever Wednesday before Thanksgiving primetime game, which will be expected to be one of the 5 Netflix streamed games. Yeah. The Monday night doubleheaders, they're dead. So after 3 years, no more doubleheaders. Fans felt that they were conflicted on choosing between games. Yeah, I can see that. And, yeah, especially if you're in a good old bar and you got both games on, maybe you want to have the volume on. which one you pick, you know.
But see, for me, on direct TV, I'm just punching back and forth because one game was on
You can do that on
the other
anything.
game is not on the streaming. You cannot punch in between a game on CBS
Which
and
game?
then over
It's no different than I had to. No, it's less. Anybody, 602. I mean, seriously, you can switch over by just hitting the button. You want to go to channel 5 or you want to go to channel 10, you hit a button. So you can go back and forth.
Yeah, that's what I do.
But you can do that in streaming.
The hell you can't.
How would you know you don't have it?
I don't have Netflix, but I have streaming.
Okay, so
I
I can.
have Amazon on.
Okay, then you can just switch over.
And then I hit the button.
And you switch
happens.
over.
Nothing happens.
That's you. You can barely turn your computer on. So, and your phone. So don't just assume because you can't do it, others can.
Well, there's
Now,
not-
is it easier for Cox and for DirecTV to toggle back and forth?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. But you can't say you can't do it with streaming.
all right.
Correct? Just say yes, Rock. I agree. All right, I've been told.
Overwatch, you can coach.
What's there to coach? I don't know. I mean, I hate streaming. But it doesn't mean they can't do it. All right, also some other changes. Christmas triple header will return. 4th time in 5 years. And 2 games, the first 2 games on Netflix. There you go. And then you'll be able to watch it on Fox. You missed the first 2, then you can watch Fox 10. Yes, the Chiefs are lobbying to be a 4th straight appearance. Potentially, there's a second Black Friday game that's being thrown around. We'll see. Behind the scenes, Roger Goodell didn't approve the final schedule until Tuesday afternoon. Dolby's an hour early. Wait, is he 2 or is he 3?
I think 2. Lansing's at 3.
That's right. Good. Okay.
So he's on time.
They're me.
Get him
Well, Lads messed up our whole schedule yesterday.
Yeah, we've been
Such a
done. We
rookie.
got it down.
Yeah, but you need to let the host know what kind of
Yeah,
rookie.
me scared.
All right.
It's on the rundown.
Steve Dolby. Yeah, I put it. All right. It was originally it was Steve Jones. Is who we had.
I thought he was tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I did.
Steve Jones is tomorrow.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I got it covered.
We've been gone. All right. So yeah, I was reporting earlier that the Cardinals are not part of any international. But again, we'll find out more around 5 o'clock. So there you have football at 50. So good stuff there. But schedule, I'm so not into it. I care less. I can't change it. There's nothing I can influence. It's like it's just so many people are so into it. Now I understand. I think it's a big deal if all right, I want to go back to see a Green Bay game. And I want to see my team play them. I want to go a certain time of year. You know that. All right. I know the Eagles are playing there this year, which I don't know if it's there, but if they did, then you make your plans, right? But I don't even know if I can book my flight this early. Anyway. Can you book a flight already for November?
Probably can.
So
you'll pay an exorbitant price with the oil situation, but yeah. Look, I'm not a guy that has my skirt blown up because of the schedule rules. And you're right. What can you do? You can't do anything. That's the schedule release. But I have no idea. Are you a guy that is like wagging your tail like a dog? You're so excited about the NFL schedule release.
I'm not like overly excited, but it'll be fun to go through the whole schedule and be like win, loss, win, loss.
all right,
Make your prediction.
what does that take?
Yeah.
4 minutes?
Less than that, yeah.
I had a guy last night at the professional stand
Yeah.
come up to me, listen to this show. He's a big Houston fan.
Okay.
College.
Oh,
So he comes over to me and he goes, "Hey, Rock, here's the Houston Cougars schedule for this year."
Now,
Right?
that's excessive.
And I said 9-3, right? I mean, I went through every game. You know, Houston's got an easy schedule, but you know now ASU's in the Big 12. You know, I'm kind of trying to follow it. You know, and I mean they're at Texas Tech. You know, I'm like looking at his schedule. He goes, "You sure not 10?" I'm like, I don't know that Baylor game. You know. And I'm like, and he walks away. I'm like, that was just a waste of 15 minutes of my time. You should have had to buy me a drink. And what does my opinion matter? Not at all.
Because we look at things different in the business that we are in. And I always tell people, I deal in reality. Fans deal in fantasy. You know what fans is short for? Fanatical. And that's what they are. They're fanatics about their team. Just like the guy who just came to you and said, "Hey,
2
what do you
minutes.
think about the Houston Cougars?" Well, I like
Oh,
that.
it's diehard.
I like their red.
We are in
I like
May.
their red jerseys. I like
But
those.
we're in May, right?
I remember Kevin Cobb playing there.
Speaking of May fight fans, Twin Peaks is your headquarters. Catch the biggest UFC boxing and fight night action all month long, including UFC premium boxing, the wall-to-wall sports. There's not a bad seat in the house. 5 locations. You can grab meat from scratch food, of course, the scenic views, the ice cold ice cold beers, which are served at 29 degrees, while every punch, takedown, main event is played across the entire lodge. So you don't want to just watch the fights at home. Watch them where the energy feels large fight. Twin Peaks keeps straight to the scenic views. It's brought to you by Bigelow Ultra and Bud Light. Some good stuff there. So, all right. So coming up with Steve Dalby, we'll talk some PGA Championship. Got Rock's Van Weiss at 2:15. Eric Williams will also join us to talk about the NFC West schedule. You'll have a chance to tell one of the young ladies here at Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. And then we'll catch up with Coach Greg Lansing. He's a Phoenix Suns scout. He is in Chicago with the NBA Combine. We'll get into that with him. So that is all coming up right here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy.
30.
Jimmy, you going to be able to make it in those 2 hours?
It'll be a struggle, but I will hang as best I can. I'm on my 3rd Red Bull, so I'm doing well.
All right. Well, I got to move the schedule around
20.
here.
I just moved it a little close too.
So, all right, we're working on it. Not good with this. Need my stuff in order in the morning.
10.
More Roc and Manuch. Jimmy B continues right here on Twin Peaks at Twin Peaks
Can I get
Scottsdale.
another Red Bull?
This Memorial Day, turn your backyard into the place everyone wants to be. For a limited time, save $1,000 on your new pool when you sign your contract between May 18th and the 25th. And to honor those who serve, active duty military, veterans, and retired service members receive an additional $500 off. At Presidential Pools and Spas, we've built over 35,000 pools across Arizona, delivering quality, speed, and an experience you can trust. It's offer won't last. Visit presidentialpools.com and get started today.
Hey, it's Daniel, my great friend Jamie, owner of Southwest Blinds.
Hi, Gatos.
All right, Jamie, my wife and I, we just went through a remodel, but we need the last piece of the puzzle.
That's exactly what we do. And to finish off your house, the best way to do it is with motorized shade.
I like the sound of that. How does that work?
Imagine controlling your shades with the touch of a button or even from your phone.
All right, Southwest Blinds, you guys are the exclamation point on my remodel.
That's exactly what we do.
Okay, visit southwestblinds.com today. That's southwestblinds.com.
Right here in our backyard. Sellers trust Purple Wave Auction. It is very simply excavators and ag equipment, trucks and specialty trailers. Our no reserve online auctions help local sellers turn iron online opportunity. You get dedicated territory manager who knows your operation, your market, and your timeline. Backed by nationwide buyer demand, local service, national reach, real results. See why more sellers choose Purple Wave. Visit purplewaves.com to get started today.
It's not a tougher gig than being on a roof in Arizona, right? All guys here with big monsoon storms. No one knows that better. No one does it better than America Roofing. For real, America Roofing just named Arizona's roofing contractor of the year. They're over our heads. Don't mess with the rest. You want the best of America Roofing. A+ rated with a Better Business Bureau and save 12% at AmericaRoofingCo.com. Repair, replace, home or business, AmericaRoofingCo.com.
When it's game time in the valley, you know what time it is. It's Twin Peaks time. Head to Twin Peaks. 5 valley locations and massive screens everywhere you look. From basketball, baseball, to hockey, fights, and more. There's no better place to catch every play and all the action. Bud Light is a proud partner of sports fans everywhere. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, city cares.
Arizona businesses need more skilled workers and students are the solution.
Oh, he knows. He had his own show.
I know he does.
Me and him did a show called the Pro Am Golf Show. He was a pro and I was the amateur. Best radio show on radio.
That's good. That was fun.
The future of Arizona's workforce.
Bring it back.
When?
Yeah,
I'm back out of the park, so I'm like,
Oh, you're.
I went back in January. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, bigger job, much bigger job.
Different ownership.
Yeah. Up to number 3. We just announced today Turkey is now coming for a World Cup.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So all right, we'll get into it here.
And welcome to Lodge Mentality. The guys are living at Twin Peaks, Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree beer, served in perfectly frosted 22-ounce mugs. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, 2 o'clock, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. No Manuch today. We just got Jimmy B. Got lads out here. Twin Peaks in Scottsdale, and the PGA Championship underway in Pennsylvania, just outside of Philadelphia. Thomas is currently in the lead. There's like 25 guys at -3. But PGA professional Steve Dalby, formerly of the Pro-Am Golf Show, one of the highest rated radio shows.
Is that because you
golf show?
hosted it?
Well, I was a co-host.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was him first. It was a Pro-Am Golf Show.
Okay.
Much better than the shows on Saturday and all that stuff. We were like drive time. So, drive time golf, which was good. But, have you ever been a second, 1 second late for a tee time?
1 second late?
1 second.
No, because if you are late, you might get disqualified. So you can't be late.
So let's talk about that today. For those of you just joining us,
Yeah.
Garrett Hilgo was literally a minute late, less than a minute late. You want to tell it? So I want you to. I need to move back so bad. No, it's so hard work. I mean, just he's in his own little world. So what you tell? No, you want to step on me? I know. I'm telling less than a minute late. And second for his tee time. He shot at 67. However, he hit a 69 hit the stroke penalty. He's leading. He's on the leaderboard for a while. He is not anymore. Clearly. So the rules, break down the rules for us, Steve, how that goes, and then follow-up will be how does that get into his head to start off already knowing that you gave instructions.
Yeah, well, and so you have a tee time. There's a tee time set, and I don't know exactly the details, but at 10 o'clock, that group is hitting, and so clearly he was, I guess, not a second late. He had to be late. The guys probably hit. They might have been down the fairway. They might have been too late to his tee time, so PGA of America, who hosts this event, made that ruling that it's 2 shots. And so from a standpoint of how do you deal with it, these guys, it is their job. Things happen. So I'm sure he just, in his mind, he's like, okay, I just made a double bogey or whatever, and it's like, okay, now I got to chip away. And, I'm sure he knew that it was coming, even though it might have had him at 3 under. I'm sure he knew it was coming, the penalty. So signed for 16.
So when he walked on to the tee box,
you have to be in the tee area.
The PGA attendant or whomever told him right there that he was stopped. Yeah. So he had to deal with that on that first swing. Yeah. The thing that I struggle with, and I understand the rule, and it's okay. And I saw the post round interview with him with ESPN. He understood he made a mistake, but he's like, it was a second. My thing is, if he's over there on the putting green, shouldn't there be someone out there, not Rangers, but someone to say, all right, let's go. I mean, if we go play out the little Muni, we hear, all right, Morocco, tee time at 9:52, let's go. You at least someone's telling you.
Yeah, but you think at a major championship, and I was thinking about it, I think I've been to 5 or 6 PGA championships with players, and a lot of times the putting green, the range, like at Southern Hills, I've been at Southern Hills and Tulsa twice. The range is over here. The range, actually, you have to take cart back to where you hit, and then you come up. Putting green's over here. I don't know if he was teeing off of hole 1 or hole 10. They're teeing off both sides. Right, yeah. So sometimes the putting green isn't right there where you go, oh, you know what? Higo, you're up. Come on, let's get going. It's their responsibility to get to where they need to go. Even like at Waste Management, that putting green is far from the first tee, and they walk over. So player's responsibility. He made a mistake, whether it's a second
or it's 10 seconds, or the guys are down the.
I gotta get back to it.
They just accept that. But Rock, what do you feel about another major championship in Philly? You got to be loving.
Well, I
that.
went to the one when it was in Marion. I believe it was the U.S. Open when I was there.
That's right.
No, that was outside of Philadelphia.
Okay.
Marion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Jimmy this earlier. I'm born in Philadelphia, but I've been gone 30 plus years. I never even heard of this golf course until a few weeks ago. And I know, one player won the last time I was here. That was
years
like
ago.
68 or 67 or something like that. So I don't know much about it. I just know that this morning it was cold. The course was wet. And I think that had to do with some of the scores that you saw, just being -3. But now this afternoon crew, guys that got off at 2:00, like Scotty, they're starting to put up some numbers.
Yeah, well, and you can see though, and I like it. That I like major championships where they're not shooting 8 or 9 or 10 under the first round. It's kind of fun to see that 3 under is the lead. You see Rory McIlroy struggled at 4 over today. I like that. And this golf course, I've been there with Sean O'Hare a couple times when he lived in Philadelphia. He was a member around the mix. I've been out there. But that was, and Jimmy, we were talking about it, that was before they took the trees down. That is sort of a modern theory of golf architecture, is that trees are now going away because it allows sunlight to kind of consistently grow the grass. Shade is hard for grass to grow, and sometimes so that's kind of the modern trend. I don't necessarily like it, Rock. We've always talked about my vision of a major championship is an old traditional U.S. Open where it's tight, there's trees, there's rock. Today, with the wind and a little bit of cold weather, I think we've got sort of major championship golf, so I'm enjoying this.
But what you folks got here, I said to you, reminds me a lot of a links course in Europe. So I obviously they don't have hot bunkers, but this place is really heavily bunkered on every hole.
Yeah, well, and that was, like when I mentioned Pittsburgh Oakmont Country Club.
Oh, yeah.
So Oakmont, old traditional U.S. Open venue, trees, whatever. If you look at Oakmont now, it's wide open, sort of that linksy thing. And that's just a trend in architecture right now. And I think a lot of it does have to do with providing members of these clubs the best playing conditions. And like I said, when you have trees and shade, different things, it does take its toll on consistent grass growth. So that's a lot of it. But I like that today 3 under is a good score. I like when par is a good score in a major championship.
So this course, you said, I saw 170, 180.
This is like, it is just fucking.
That's a distraction, I'm sure, but that these guys live for this. But how much of a distraction is all the live noise?
So I think that clearly there's been changes just recently with live, with the the money that looks like it's going to be going away. I think when I was driving up, I heard one of the guys talking about the penalties that some of the guys might have coming back.
Right.
And he was right. There is a fraction, or maybe more than a large fraction of the PGA membership now that would want to make sure that the guys coming back don't have a free pass. And when you look at like what Brooks Koepka has been allowed back through a program that the PGA Tour put together. Now, they offered that to Jon Rahm. They offered that to Bryson DeChambeau. They didn't take that offer. That allowed Brooks Koepka back with a pretty stiff penalty. Not, when you're talking about the hundreds of millions of dollars that they made, the penalty isn't as big as maybe thought. But Brooks Koepka kind of did it the right way. He wasn't criticizing the PGA Tour when he left. He just kind of went away, did his thing, and came back.
He basically came out, Steve, and said, "Hey, I'm taking the money."
Yeah, and that's okay. And
Sure.
For a guy like, and we've been friends with Pat Perez for a long time. For Pat, that probably was a good move. But now he's been able to come back to the Champions Tour, although he has to sit a year. He's going to play in a couple of he can play in some of the majors.
He can?
The seniors PGA Championship he played in, because it's PGA of America, it's not PGA Tour or Champions Tour. He'll be able to play in the senior U.S. Open. But
Could he play the Schwab Cup?
No, because that's Champions. So he can't play any Champions Tour sponsored things. But there are senior tournaments that are sponsored by other or directed by other associations. So, and I think for Pat, it was a good move. He made some money, but he also he didn't bash the PGA Tour when he left. And I think that's the thing where, like, John Rahm, not very well liked. Maybe just not the most likable guy, period.
Yeah.
Bryson is saying he might just want to do YouTube golf and play a couple, and if that's what he wants to do, fine. But I think for some of the guys that want to come back, I would, as a PGA Tour coach, I would want those guys to have to pay a little bit of a price. I also think a lot of these guys, there's not a lot of them that relevant. Now, we'll see in this tournament how many live guys play well, make the cut, whatever. But certainly in the Masters, it wasn't like we were so excited about all the live guys coming back.
Yeah,
so
the Shambo blew up today.
Yeah,
The first round.
and there you go. And a lot of these guys, you see,
People root against those guys.
their game has slipped a little bit because the competition is a little different.
So let me ask you, speaking of slipping, and I don't know if it's a slip, you got Scotty Scheffler, hasn't won since January. He's got 3 straight runner-up
2 minutes.
finishes. Is he overdue, or is something off?
No, I think he's fine. I think the game ebbs and flows. He's a very, very good player. And even though he seems very, he seems just like the nicest guy in the world, very much like a Steve Stricker, very, very competitive, a lot of drive. So I wouldn't be surprised if he got it going in the next couple of days, and he was very relevant in the next, over the weekend, I would think. And it's just a matter of time. He's just that much. He's kind of right now, he's that guy.
So you talk about competition. You know these players much more than we do. Is there anybody here locally? Is there anybody that you know of that's coming out of Arizona that we should keep our eyes on?
So like a young guy?
Young guy, or maybe just someone who's, on tour that, is from Arizona. There's so many guys that are from here, or at least play here, or, they work out at TPC or they're Whisper Rock or wherever, or Phoenix Country Club, wherever.
I would say right now, the guy that we're all watching, and he's not a Scottsdale guy, is Cameron Young. And so, I think, is there a Cameron Young in Scottsdale that's, I don't know about that, but you go all over. There's so many good players in Scottsdale, and at every club, there's a zillion great players at Silverleaf. There's obviously the guys that are at Whisper Rock, at Mesa Country Club, where I teach some. I mean, Joel Damon's out there, and he's bringing friends and stuff. It's just there's so many good players.
Joel Damon played well a few weeks ago. I saw.
Yeah. And he's fighting hard because he's this year it's got to be that top 100. So you're really trying to get in that top 100 on the FedEx list by the end of the year to have a job for next year, and then below that 100. Now we're looking at different categories where, you might get in, but you might not. So he's fighting hard.
When you are teaching and you work with high school kids and college kids, has anybody just all of a sudden said, "Oh, this kid's really going to be good"? Has there been somebody who has just blown your doors on?
Well, so when we talk about Aronimink, so when I started working with Sean O'Hara, I was up at Troon North, and I started working with Sean when he was probably about.
That's where we met.
About a long time ago. He was maybe 12 years old, and you could just tell he was very, very good. When he was 14, he played in the U.S. Junior Amateur, got to the semifinals, and it was here. It was at Aronimink. Trevor Immelman beat him in the semifinals, and it was kind of cool for me because I was like, okay, I got this young kid. He's 14. He's going to come back. This will be really good because I did see that spark. David Ledbetter down in Florida kind of reeled him in and brought him to what is now the IMG Academy, the David Ledbetter Academy. So so that was the first time that Sean O'Hare fired me, but I've been rehired and fired a few times with Sean, so that's all right. It was terrible. His dad made him call me to tell me he was leaving me. 14-year-old kid on the phone. I'm like, well, and that's part of Sean's story. It's an interesting one. But I think we're up for some really good golf here. And like you said, there's 6 guys right now at 3 under par. It's very, very stacked. It should be a really, really good weekend. I hope the wind keeps blowing because you can see when the wind blows, it brings it really separates things.
Big time. Yeah. Steve, thanks for popping in here.
Always a pleasure, guys.
Appreciate it. That PGA professional Steve Dalby, you hear quite a bit on us, joining us. We appreciate that. All right, coming up, Would you eat a packet of ranch that's been sitting in your car for months?
What?
Yeah, I got Rock's Man Bites next. Watch out. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B from Twin Peaks, Scottsdale.
It is loaded at Twin Peaks, and there's no better place to catch every big game, fight, and playoff moment. Get wall-to-wall TV,
Hey, Matt.
made from scratch food, and ice-cold beer served at 29 degrees. Plus, mark your calendar for Customer Appreciation Day, Tuesday, May 19th, featuring a burger and fries special with the purchase of any beverage and championship matchups. Title fights, national anthem. That's the it's all happening at Twin Peaks.
You roll like rock when it comes to romance.
What do you say we go out on a date? Some chicken, some sex, see what happens.
Rock searches the world for tips on dating, divorce, marriage, pop culture, and even. Yeah, here's Rock's Bad Advice.
60% of the time, it works 50%.
Speed by personalizing your performance. Be the first app in Titleist GTS drivers by booking your fitting in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
Yo, Matt, you there?
Golf first in 1963 and home to the legendary 100% satisfaction guarantee. Vans Golf Shops are Worldwide Golf. Get there.
Mom, where are my keys?
I don't want to take up more. I'm too sick to go to school.
If you're having a hard time living with all the noise, it's even harder to live without it. One fake fentanyl pill could cost your child their life. Learn how to talk to your kids at talknowac.com. This message is sponsored by Substance Awareness Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
We get it. A meal shouldn't cost you nearly $20. And we agree. At Venezia's Pizzeria, lunch or dinner for under $10 is still a thing. And for an even sweeter deal, stop in and grab a Slice Rewards card. Get a stamp for every qualifying special. 10 visits, 1 free qualifying special. Simple. And every Tuesday, we double your stamps. That's your free pizza twice as fast. Family tradition.
All right, son. Now I'm going to put out this campfire.
You learned about potential.
Okay. What's first?
Smoke the bear said to.
First, drown people by instead of pushing. Wow, you sound just like me.
Sorry, Jamal, I just saw your text.
No, you're all good. So should I come back with it as a rejoin?
Yeah, there's one that's like a quick rejoiner. One of them's like a music bed. Don't use that one. You'll see the one that's just kind of a rejoiner.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, we'll come back with that. Yeah,
You roll like rock when it comes to romance.
Thanks, Dobby. We appreciate it.
Some chicken, some sex, see what happens.
Rock searches the world for tips on dating, divorce, marriage, pop culture, and even. Yeah, here's Rock's Bad Advice.
60% of the time, it works 50%.
All right, some useless knowledge for you here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. A mom went viral on Instagram after her 17-year-old daughter asked for ranch at dinner. Told them that they were out. Daughter left the house, but instead of going to the store, she came back with a ranch packet from her car, from like a fast food place that had been sitting there for months. The daughter ate it, and the mom's asking on the internet, do your kids have car ranch? If you have that, like I don't ask for salt ever. Like if, you can talk about it, you want mild or hot. Yeah, I never. I don't. I'm not a big condiment. Really? Yeah, I don't need to. If I can't like it the way it's been made, it's like putting A1 on a steak. It's like why?
Okay, I have like if I go to tacos or something, I will get always a couple of hot and a couple of
Yeah, so I guess.
and I mix them.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
yeah. So no, you don't have any. So you have some in your car, probably?
No.
Never.
Yeah. All
right. Hey, Trent, with parents and relatives has been texting barbecue so much fun. Here's the thing. He's gone with no clue who who he were hitting in his third year and he would bother anyone or randomly mention young folks skip, blood or something like that. But therapists say that boomers were raised to treat emotions like facts, not conversations. So they dropped the bomb mid-sentence. Right away. Yes. The survey says the average person wants 17 extra hours per week. That's 2.4 hours per day just for fun. What's going on in our world? Work. Get crap done. I love this show. The show was fun. I don't need another 2 hours of this show. Yeah. Look how I prepare every day.
Peace out, guys. Peace out.
Sports Illustrated 2026 Scoop Scoop coverage. Is any still a thing? I don't know. Illustrated. I still think they do it. Hillary Duff, Tiffany Haddish, model named Nicole Williams English. So it's the stores, I think, today. And the Hillary Duff, she's the mom of four. Yeah, not spring chicken. You don't see them in a bathing suit on the cover of the magazine. But it used to be a big deal. That was like up there with the NFL schedule. Who's on the cover? It was way before the NFL schedule. Yeah. But now there's like 4 or 5 different gals on the cover. And it's like, I'm surprised in a world that we're so PC that it's not just a woman. I'm so glad they haven't gone down that road. Hey, Kellogg's is putting toys back in cereal boxes for the first time in over a decade. Tied to Toy Story 5 hitting the theaters next month. Boxes include Fruit Loops, Frosted Flakes, Corn Pops, Apple Jacks, Frosted Mini Wheats, Rice Krispies, Corn Flakes, and Cocoa Krispies. The toys include Toy Story figures like collectible spoons, trading cards, tickets. So a little bit of time, but we'll see if it sells. Who knows?
I'm a big Tony the Tiger guy. Still am. Even from being a kid, I love Frosted Flakes. And I've acquired a taste for many weeks, so that's right up my wheelhouse. I'm going to go buy some. What have you done for the show?
Live concerts in AMC theaters. It's a new thing now. They have a still called We Don't Want at AMC, which features live concerts to 300 plus theaters in 89 markets. Tickets are between $40 and $75.
Well, remember when boxing and you had to go to a theater to watch one show? It's the same. You watch the fight on a big screen. If you wanted to watch a UFC fight, now they publish a sports promotion, so it's not. However, prior to that, you would go to a theater and watch it on the big screen. So I see how that would be, I guess, exciting for some people.
But is there room to get up at dinner? Sit there? I mean, are they rejoining the theater? No, there's room, or all of a sudden you just send people down in front where there's all that room in there. We're going to go back to 1954. Yeah. Slang words. All right. I guess this show on PBS called Other Words said that cool has been slang for 100 plus years.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. And then it said they threw out some 1954 slang words that have died, so to speak. Okay. George used to mean money.
Never used
double bubble. Then a cute girl. No? Yeah?
I vaguely remember that. I don't think I used it.
Bad Dag from Baghdad. The guy who fixes pump.
I never saw that.
Fluky?
Oh, yeah.
Jerk?
Yeah.
Okay, I never heard that.
There was a dance called the Jerk.
Tackleton? Jerk at movies?
All right.
Flip, a wisecracker?
Let me get this shit done.
Spooning your scarf? Do you know what that is?
I know it. I love the spoon, but
yeah. Eating
2
your
minutes.
food. Yes. Price is Right record win on the Friday of Independence Day. That the theme episode. A retired veteran named Vanessa won $240,150. It was the largest single prize shows 50-plus history. How about that? She won $227,000 in cash on the Lions share game. She won just over $12,000 on a luxury trip to Morocco. Wow. The previous winner was $210,000 in 2016. And quickly, Taco Bell people. Yeah, on Sunday, and this is what people do from the Northwest. Where you from? Where you from, Jimmy? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? All right, Seattle. Locals in Western Seattle held an actual funeral for a Taco Bell that closed in 1991. That's 35 years ago. They had bagpipes, they had a crying contest, they had 21 bell salute.
Okay, that's it.
I mean, the mourners were wearing black and they brought flowers. There was a local councilman that showed up. I will tell you, I worked at Taco Bell as a kid. Okay. And when I went back to South Jersey, where I grew up, the Taco Bell that I worked at, probably 5 years ago, I was driving down to Black Horse Pike in South Jersey, right basically at the start of the Lansing Expressway. Drove in to go to that Taco Bell. And it was closed. Not taken over by anything else. It was just closed. Yeah,
that's crushing.
Real quick trivia drops for you. U.S. mail. The U.S. mail was delivered twice a day until April 1950. That is stuff. Why does the mail come on Saturdays?
I have no idea.
Why they're trying to save money? Why we don't get that?
We don't need
Costco serves 124 million hot dogs a year. Six more than every major league stadium combined. Michael Jordan still earns $150 million a year from Nike. That's nearly 5 more than any other NBA star. And this one for you, Jimmy. Okay. The average U.S. bra size is now 34 double D, up from 34B. I thought you'd like that.
Well, listen,
Yo,
that's
motherfuckers.
right in your wheelhouse.
And that's where I live.
Yes, it is. All right, you like the spoon as well. All right, the NFL schedule drops tonight. Eric Williams from Fox Sports will join us next to break down the NFC West and what he's hearing, especially with regards to the Super Bowl champ Seattle and where the Cards figure out in all this.
I like the motorboat.
It's Roc and Manuch. No more Jimmy B when he comes back from his nose job. All right, it's ESPN Radio, 620.
Wild.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Matt Lazarus. The PGA Championship is officially underway, and about halfway through the first round, the course is already taking its toll on the world's top golfers, as Justin Thomas is one of 7 players tied for the lead at 3 under. Scotty Scheffler has also worked his way into the mix at 2 under and is sitting just 1 shot off the lead. We'll keep you updated with scores from the PGA Championship as the opening round continues to roll along.
30.
This month, every big sports moment runs through Twin Peaks. From the NBA playoffs and UFC to the Indy 500 and more, catch all the action on wall-to-wall TVs with ice-cold beer and scratch-made food.
15.
Twin Peaks, where the beer is cold, the views are scenic, and game day is always bigger.
10.
Eats, drinks, and scenic views. Stay tuned because Eric Williams will join the guys next.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the week starts.
Yeah.
At Twin
Is he joining you in person?
No, I'll give you his phone number right now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I was just looking for it. I couldn't find it.
everywhere you look. Big games, cold
Yeah, let me put it on the rundown for you so you have it.
Start
Cool.
your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra.
Let me know if you see it
Thursdays
updating. It
at
should be
Twin Peaks.
going on there right now.
Oh, yeah.
Scenic views.
2539.
When hot is not an option, Stay Cool delivers. From patios to
Hey, guys, you see it?
shops to summer events.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Slim,
Of course, sorry about
Cool,
that, brother.
and Cool Cube mobile
No worries at all.
coolers deliver more air for less money. They're rust-free and backed by more than 40 years of experience keeping you cool. Available now online at Home Depot, Lowe's, and Tractor Supply. Shipped to the store or right to your door. Visit staycool-products.com. Slim Cool 80 and Cool Cube. Get yours today with free shipping and beat the needs. Rock for White Toyota.
Hi, Eric. This is Jamal with the Roc and Manuch Show. How are you? I'm doing well, thank you. Are you ready to join Roc and Jimmy B here? Cool. All right, there's just about 90 seconds left in the break, and then we'll patch you through. Cool. Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
The right price, the right selection, all at righttoyota.com.
You push hard, you train hard. Shouldn't your city work just as hard? Meet Kunu, the superfood nutrition soda packed with whole vitamins, electrolytes, and antioxidants. Only 5 grams of natural sugar. Over 2,000 5-star reviews. Voted the #1 soda for athletes. Whole food nutrition, great taste. That's Kunu. Go to HUNUsoda.com and use code ESPN for 10% off your first order. Kunu Soda, soda that's actually good for you. HUNUsoda.com. Code ESPN.
Right in the heart of Arizona Athletic Grounds, one of the largest youth sports complexes in North America. Bristol's is the ultimate hangout for families and sports fans in Mesa. Come experience amazing double-decker cheeseburgers, award-winning wings, smoked barbecue, and fresh, craveable salads. With seating for 500, a full bar, 20 beers on tap, and over 100 TVs. Happy hour Thursdays, Friday and Sunday from 4 till 6, plus trivia night every Thursday night. Bristol's, where Mesa comes to eat, watch, and win.
When I grow up, I want to be a ballerina. Because dancing makes me happy. I get to entertain people, and nothing makes me feel more like me.
BI, a defect of the immune system, affects millions of children. Early and accurate diagnosis and treatment give children like Olivia a chance to achieve their dreams.
It takes a great team to put on a show. It also takes a great team of people to keep the dream alive. And now my dreams are coming true.
For more information, visit the Jeffrey Modell Foundation at info4bi.org.
It's Thursday, and welcome to Lodge Mentality. The guys are living at Twin Peaks, Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and the 101. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree beer, served in perfectly frosted 22-ounce mugs. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, talking about NFL, specifically the NFC West. Eric Williams, Fox Sports, joins us now on the right to the guest side. All right, Eric, the schedule drops tonight. What's the storyline you're most fired up to get answered for the NFC West? I know you can't.
I'm kind of there with you. I just want the schedule to be released so we know it and we can kind of move past it. But for a lot of people, I get it. I mean, it kind of it's what you're going to be doing and where you're going to be traveling. You know,
Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey.
in my previous life as a beat writer, you know, it was important for me to kind of know where I was going to be in October and November, and I was going to be missing a kid's birthday. I was going to be home at Christmas or on the road. And so in terms of logistics and planning, I mean, it's an important day for my folks.
So you can't wait, right? I mean, you literally are, you know, your Fox Sports window is just going to start popping at 5 o'clock, right? I mean, yeah.
Oh.
You have a story already written in basically. It is amazing how, you know, the NBA has no games on tonight, and the fact that this thing just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger every year. And I guess it means probably more for the teams that are somewhat more relevant than, say, what we deal with here with a team that's just been struggling for so many years. We know there's no international game for them. If there is, it's usually Mexico, and for the Cardinals, they just don't draw nationally. But what can you say to the Cardinals fan base in that, hey, we may not get any primetime games this year, right? We may get one or two, but what can you say to this fan base? Just have patience.
Have patience, and I think if you're a Cardinals fan, you just want to see competency. I think you just want to see a team that doesn't give away games and make team earns victories when your team is out there on the field playing. And obviously, you get to see Love, play week in, week out, team develop. I think you're going to have an explosive offense that's going to be able to score points, and then we'll see what happens defensively. But I think you just want to see your team go out there week in, week out and play hard and make teams beat you.
All right. So you just said have some patience. Okay. I'll give you 1 year. That's it. How in the wide world of sport? Yeah, okay. How in the wide world of sport? You know, Seattle, the defending Super Bowl champs, the San Francisco 49ers, if they stay relatively healthy, and the Los Angeles Rams, are still light years in front of the Arizona Cardinals. Is there any hope for Cardinal fans that maybe by year 3 they might be competitive in that division?
Yeah, I think so. And here's my hot take for today. I believe the Rams missed the playoff.
Wow.
I think they're a Matt Stafford injury away from not being very good. There's a reason that Sean McVay was practically begging Jimmy Garoppolo to not retire and was looking at bringing in Kirk Cousins. Because, they realized that, Stafford played 17 games for the first time since 2021 last season. Won the MVP, basically played out of his mind. Is he going to be able to do that again at 38 years old? And if you can't, you're looking at Ty Simpson coming in and having to win meaningful games for a team that is the betting favorite to win the Super Bowl right now. They had a lot of injury luck last year. They had an amazing season, finished 4 points away from reaching Super Bowl. So, are they going to be able to do that again? I have some concerns about, Stafford staying healthy. And if he's unable to stay healthy, and even misses a couple games, is Simpson going to be developed fast enough to come in and be able to orchestrate that offense at a similar level? So, obviously, they made a pretty defensively secondary. But, even 2 years ago, the Seahawks won 10 games and didn't make the playoffs. So it's conceivable they could win 9, 10 games and not make it.
So the 49ers and Rams opened the season together in Australia, and then I saw the Niners are going to go to Mexico City. 3 of San Francisco's first 11 games are essentially like really big-time road trips. How do you think that could wear on a team like that?
Yes. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's why Shanahan was a little, testy in talking about making the Rams still play them in Mexico City because he's looking at that schedule. He knows he has an older team. He knows he's had a team that's dealt with injuries the last couple of seasons and has had trouble staying healthy and traveling to international destinations doesn't help keep your team healthy and having to play, in a short amount of time to get your team ready. So, I definitely think that's a concern if you're a 49ers fan.
So my follow-up question then to that would be all of the talk with the schedule release, and there was conversation about what the situation is with the New England Patriots, and you know what I'm talking about, the coach and things surrounding you. Is that going to be the topic of conversation then going into that opening game, unless it's resolved by then?
I'm sure it'll be one of the topics that's discussed going into it because it was such a major topic during the offseason that really hasn't been resolved yet. So I would imagine it would still have some legs, 3.5 months from now when the Seahawks kick off the season, at home, raising the banner and all that. I would hope by that point, though, that it's maybe a minor discussion point and more focus is on the game, but I think that remains to be seen.
Eric Williams doing us here on ESPN Radio Phoenix as we talk some NFC West. So you're giving us a bold prediction that the Rams aren't going to be in the playoffs, even though they are favored with the division, at least the odds makers. If that's why are they underrating Seattle? You think the odds makers, the defending champs?
Well, they lost 4 players defensively that were pretty good players for them, in Kobe Bryant and Mafe and so I think that, and Kenneth Walker on offense. So it's 4 guys to see that they have great play. So I think that's part of it. And I just think the fact that it's hard to repeat as a Super Bowl champ. I think the last time the team to do it was New England, several years ago. And then, it's Seattle. I just think, for whatever reason, they're stuck up there, in South Alaska, and people just, and to kind of forget that they're usually pretty decent year in and year out. So, we'll see if they're able to fill those gaps defensively. We'll see if the guy they drafted in the first round, Notre Dame, Price, is able to come in and be a work how it goes back for them. Although Charbonnet was kind of emerging as that guy before he got hurt, but hopefully he's going to be healthy for the start of the season. So we'll see what the running back room looks like. They also signed Emmanuel Wilson from Green Bay, who they like. But there are some changes up there. I mean, I think the other thing is Kubiak, leaving and becoming the head coach of the Raiders, and Fleury now taking over as the OC. What it will look like. They can have continuity in terms of verbiage and play calling. Is Darnold going to play like he did last year? There's some unknowns there that I think makes sense why they wouldn't be the favorite potentially. Even though they didn't play last year.
Eric, you referenced a team that has a fan base across the country. That is the Las Vegas Raiders.
2 minutes.
Now that they have their quarterback in Fernando Mendoza, and they have an aging quarterback who's going to continue to make a lot of money, how many starts do you believe he will get before they go to Mendoza? And could it be like what we saw with the New York Giants as well, when they drafted Eli Manning and Kurt Warner was 6-4, and they benched Warner and made Eli play?
In my opinion, Cousins should get 0 starts. Like he should start Fernando right now. There's no reason that we've seen Cousins play. Like he's at the end of the rope in terms of his ability, in my opinion, to go out there and win games on weekly days. So the Raiders can be back. So if you feel like you can protect Fernando enough, I think you learn by playing. I was in Seattle when they paid Matt Flynn a lot of money, and then Russell Wilson earned the job out of camp. He was just the best guy. So I think it should be an open competition, and Fernando looks like he's ready to play. Number 1 overall pick. Why not throw him out there? I mean, the Raiders fans don't want to see Kirk Cousins. They want to see Mendoza. But I do feel like there's probably an agreement with Cousins signing that contract and the kind of money he's going to make, that they're probably going to roll him out there at least for the first time of the season. So I expect him to play 18 if he's healthy.
All right, Eric, we would love to have you on longer, but I know we were told that your agent said that you need to be ready for the NFL schedule coming out. So we're going to let you go, and we'll make sure we catch up with you maybe in a week so we can dissect this whole thing next week, all right?
All right, that sounds good, and thanks to my agent for shit on it.
Thanks, Eric. Appreciate it. That's Eric Williams, Fox Sports.
Thank you so much, Eric. That was awesome.
Always great to talk to us.
Yes, sir. Thank you, too.
As always. All right, now it's time for one of you to take on one of the gorgeous Twin Cities girls here at the Scottsdale location. $25 Peaks gift card. Just for years. It's great. We'll take caller number 5 at 602-230-0620. 230-0620. It's our weekly Bud Light Peaks picks. Today we're gonna do some NHL. We're gonna do some D-backs, and we're gonna do some NBA. So we'll do Vegas at Anaheim as Vegas leads that series 3-2. We'll do D-backs Rockies tomorrow, and then Detroit at Cleveland. Cavs up in that series 3-2. 602-230-0620. Caller, and you'll compete here against one of the young ladies at Twin Peaks, Scottsdale. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, ESPN Radio, Phoenix.
Fight fans, Twin Peaks is your headquarters. Catch the greatest fight night action all month long, including premium matchups and wall-to-wall sports with no bad seat in the house. Grab made from scratch food, scenic views, and ice cold beverages served at 49 degrees while every punch, takedown, and main event plays across the lodge. Don't watch the fight at homes. Watch them at Twin Peaks, where the energy feels like
Yo, Matt.
Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views. When it comes to your roof, you don't want to mess around. And Arizona homeowners and business owners have done that for over a decade. State 48 Roofing is Arizona's #1 preferred roofer. Residential, commercial, they do it all. And they've been doing it right here in the valley for over 10 years. Protect your home, protect your business. And hey, keep your roof sexy with State 48 Roofing. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509. State 48 Roofing, Arizona's most trusted roof. Hey, Arizona State football fans, London is calling. The Sun Devils are headed across the pond to face Kansas in the inaugural Union Jack Classic, September 19th at Wembley Stadium. It's the first college football game ever played there, and you should be part of it. For tickets, hospitality, and travel packages, visit UnionJackClassic.com or contact the Sun Devil ticket office.
No.
Join Coach Timothy, Sparky, and the Sun Devils in London. What's up?
Yeah, right. I need a check.
Yeah.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Getting reared in Florence. Don't let the insurance company get you a chance with a low ball offer. Call an experienced insurance knows how to fight and win. Call for our road trip. 977-1900.
Now open in North Scottsdale. It's the Orangedale Lounge. OD's right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at OrangeDaleLounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
At the Y, strength means something different. It means people of all ages being together. It means you can be pushing the game-winning shot, learning to create in first position, jabbing, crossing, and hooking, punching bag, canoeing in the lake, summer camp, donating food for your neighbors, watching your son learn about water safety in the pool. 175
Hey, Jamal, we're kind of playing off this, so you just let us know who our guy is. And I'm just going to ask you what he picked, and you can just stage it.
Sorry, say that one more time.
Never mind. I'll do it. I'll just do it. Okay.
Welcome to Lodge Man Challenge.
Nobody can explain
Who's in my mind, Jimmy?
Located on Fred Wright Boulevard in the Lodge, and home of the 29-degree beer served in perfectly frosted 22-ounce mugs. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, we do it every week, but we're at one of the 5 locations. Marissa's been with us for how long? We just turned that off, lads. I don't need you. Seriously, just please. I'm already pissed off. Just keep it off. All right. How many times did you do dunks?
At
20?
least 20.
20?
Oh, yeah. I'm usually better at NFL, but I'll try.
So today you're gonna have it tough. You're up against Billy Mason. He's
Oh.
already given us his scores, but or his picks. So we're gonna take. You're always in the NFL, but we're gonna mix it up.
Yeah.
NHL playoffs. All right.
Yeah.
So Vegas is playing at Anaheim. Vegas is up 3-2. It's the best of 7.
Yeah.
Billy's going with Vegas. What do you think?
I was gonna go for Vegas too. I know they're about to do time, but I still have my money on Vegas.
You have your money on Vegas.
This girl's awesome.
All right. NBA playoffs. Well, before we do that, tomorrow the Diamondbacks are off. So tomorrow they're going to be playing up in Colorado. Give us your pick with this. The next loss.
Diamondbacks. I just have to keep my hopes up for them. Hopefully that Marte has a good game.
Oh, you're Marte fan?
Hopefully get in from Carroll. Home runs too. Come on.
All right. There we go. All right. So Billy went with D-backs too. All right. Now this is the tough one. Detroit is heading to Cleveland. Cleveland's leading the series 3-2. I need to know who's going to be the winner and what the score is going to be.
I'm going for Cleveland.
To close them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna have to say it'll probably be close. So maybe like 122, 118.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
a big close.
122, 118. Okay.
All right.
Billy.
Billy went 123 to
Whoa.
113.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So it'll come down to that.
You were close.
All right. So tell us, when do you normally here? It seems like you're always here.
Pretty much all the mornings, Monday through Friday mornings. This week on Monday through Saturday.
And so is there, happy hour starts at 11 minutes?
Yep, happy hours from 3 to 6.
Okay.
We have value shots all day long. Thursdays are mule days.
Mule day.
Yeah.
Explain a mule to Jimmy.
I know what a Moscow mule is.
You is?
Yeah, we got Moscow mule, we have Kentucky, we have some tequila mezcal mules. Yeah. It's good. We have
That'll knock me off my backside.
Would it?
Oh.
Would it? Yeah, we don't need that. That's all right.
I'm such a lightweight.
Hey, I want to. Do you ever work UFC nights? Because I hear UFC is really busy.
Yeah, every now and again I work a UFC night. It's fun. We did the lights and dim for the main fight and everything like that. So in the value's on all the TVs. All of our booths have TVs, so we have really good views for that too.
How long have you been working?
7 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that
Is
is
this
really
the only location, or have you worked in other locations?
I've supported other locations. I've opened
Good.
Tempe.
So, bro, I support
Yeah.
it. I
I
support
brought
it.
my talent elsewhere.
Yeah.
But I went to Tempe and I opened their store, and then I opened the Dew Valley store as well.
Okay. Well, good.
Well,
Well,
I remember seeing her in Deer Valley when we first started going out there. When they opened.
Yeah, when they opened it, it was fun.
Yeah, I remember
training
that.
and all
Yeah.
that.
They're cool. They have walkie-talkies. Like, tell us about that.
We'll work on that.
Yeah.
We know people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, make it happen.
All right, Rissa, thank you.
Thank
Appreciate it as
you.
always. It's
Have a
always
good
helping us out. You
afternoon.
too. All right, we'll get our headset off here as we're out here at the Scottsdale Twin Peaks. By the way, news that hit today: the Arizona Athletic Grounds out there in Mesa was officially named the team base camp for Turkey's men's national team for the FIFA World Cup. Wow! So it's a partnership with AEG, Visit Mesa, and the city of Mesa. And a pretty big deal,
Yeah.
to have Turkey national team train. They'll train for a whole month
Okay.
out at Arizona Athletic Grounds.
Okay.
And there'll be a special community day, which is scheduled Monday, June 8th. And that's where fans will be able to come out. It'll be a ticketed event, free event. You'll be able to get autographs, photos, and all that kind of stuff. Live entertainment, drinks, specials, all that kind of stuff. Family activations and stuff like that. You know, plans are still coming out, so don't call and find out, hey, what are the tickets?
What do I do? Yeah.
Pretty big deal.
Yeah.
To be able to host Turkey, and I believe it's the third match. Turkey plays USA, so that's a big deal. Yeah. So
I know where the yard is located. We've done shows from there. It's in a great location. It's right off the 202. You can get there.
Oh,
real
you mean the yard? You mean the grounds?
Yes.
The Arizona Athletic
Yes,
Grounds.
the
When you said
yard.
the yard, I think you're talking about a place where we do our radio show once in a while.
Oh no.
Okay.
No, the yard. It's for me when you're on a grass field.
That's a yard?
That's the yard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can't wait. I think that's going to be a lot of fun, and I think it's great that Turkey is going to be there. And you said it's like the third game you think they play the USA?
Yeah, it's the third match. Yeah.
Wow.
I know they open on Australia, and then it goes down a few. Yeah, I think it's the third one. Yeah, it's
Okay.
second or third.
Okay.
But pretty cool stuff to find that that World Cup. So I believe they'll play their games in either Vancouver or Los Angeles, San Francisco, wherever the games are being held.
In a much cooler climate.
Well, not necessarily, but Turkey's used to this weather.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how many Turkish people live in the valley. There's a huge community of Turkish people throughout the state of
All right,
Arizona.
so let me ask you a question about that. Do you recognize when you're like talking to people, just casually, do you recognize ethnicity right away or not?
With anybody?
Yeah.
I mean, a guy from home in Philly right away. I know he's got a Philly accent, or a masshole. I mean, you know the Boston people right away. You know the New Yorkers right away.
Okay.
I really don't. I mean, I can't tell if it's Spanish.
3 minutes.
Maybe French. Maybe I don't know, but
Okay.
I'm German a little bit. But Turkish, I don't know.
I couldn't tell you. I
don't know if the language is similar to another language. Maybe it is.
I have no idea.
Clue. I don't know much about.
Well, because I figured if that was,
I don't know much about soccer.
I can help you soccer wise, but I'm going to have to brush up on my Turkish language.
Yeah, it's something we got to get going. But
That would be fine.
yeah, so when we get closer, I think we're going to bring on David Hayes, who is the soccer director for Arizona Athletic Grounds tomorrow.
Okay.
Let him break that down and talk about the team. And you always wonder if there's these international teams, if there are any ties to somebody from the United States. Somebody maybe that is Turkish, but was raised in baseball or in Scottsdale or whatever, right? I mean, the other sports, you hear it all the time.
All the time.
So I'm anxious to see if that is the case
So how long are they
Over a month. Yeah.
Wow.
So they'll train.
Yeah.
And then go to the games, come back, and they're in hotels throughout Mesa. I mean,
Right, yeah.
home base
2 minutes.
hotels. But for AAG to be on the map, facility that's been open for only 4 years, and to have that opportunity, that really says a lot about the fact that people they want to come to Mesa. But people don't think soccer is that big here, but it literally is.
It is, and it's a world-class facility. Look, I'm not just going to shill for the place, but I've been there several times to participate in some games and also watch some games as well. And it is an unbelievable place to go. And you have more than enough yard outside for them to practice. I mean, you have fields everywhere. It feels to me like it just goes on and on and on. And then you have the indoor facility as well. Look, I'm not overly jacked. I'm not a bit, oh my God, it's the World Cup. No, that's not
1 minute.
me. But I do have an interest now that if we are going to have that proximity to an international club that is going to be there.
We're a month away.
Yeah.
And,
it's great.
World Cup will be here, and we're at Twin Peaks, and we're going to be doing a lot of stuff with Michelob Ultra, which is the official beer of FIFA and the World Cup. So watch parties, things like that are going to be real big here at all 5 locations of Twin Peaks. So look forward to that. Coach Greg Lansing, Phoenix Suns scout and analyst, will join us from the NBA Combine next. We're going to get an inside look at what teams are really looking for, how the Combine actually moves the draft boards, what kind of player the modern NBA is built around.
10 seconds.
Greg Lansing will join us next. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy D here on ESPN Radio.
Get the freedom to save with your
All right.
Valley Chevy dealers. Spectacular offers are available right now. Plus, you'll have the freedom to choose from an extensive lineup that's ready for all the adventures ahead. That includes popular models like the legendary Silverado, the versatile Equinox, plus the feature-packed and affordable Chevy Trax. Don't miss out. Memorial Day marks the beginning of summer, and a great time to hit the open road in a brand new car, truck, SUV, or EV. From your Valley Chevy dealers.
We're living through a monetary crime scene, and your IRA or 401k is a key victim. Hi, Dr. Ron Paul here. In 1971, gold was $35 an ounce. After the dollar was cut loose from it, inflation soared. And in just 9 years, gold hit $850. People who diversified into precious metals survived and thrived. Today, we're in a worse position because we face inflation and massive debt. Fortunately, gold is still an option. My trusted friends at Birch Gold Group can help you own gold inside your retirement account without penalties or taxes.
Oh.
Start now by getting a free info kit on gold. Text the word SECURE to 989898. We're facing the same monetary chaos as the 70s with significantly more debt. Get your free info kit from Birch Gold. Just text SECURE to the number 989898.
Hi, this is Brent with Ready Services Plumbing and Air Conditioning. It's that time of year again where it's extremely important to keep up on your plumbing and air conditioning maintenance. At Ready Services, we provide our Ready Preventative Maintenance Program, where our technicians come to your home and conduct those preventative checks in order to keep your home life as comfortable as possible. We'll do everything to catch the little problems before they become big repairs. Reach out to us at nofeeemergency.com for information on how to become a member and ensure that your home is in the best hands possible.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice cold bite.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Michelob Ultra and catch walls to walls.
So Greg has not picked up the phone. I tried him 3 times. He didn't pick up.
All right. We'll have to pass it, I guess.
match.
Okay, good deal.
Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra.
He probably doesn't know the number, but let me call him real quick. So just come back with a regular open.
Okay, will do.
He may be looking for my number, so
Gotcha. Oh, hold on. Oh, he's calling back right now. 1 second.
oh good. All right, just check him out.
Arizona Sports, this is Jamal. Hey, no worries at all, Greg. Are you ready to join Rock and Jimmy B here? Good deal. All right, we are coming back right now. I'll go ahead and patch you through. All right, thank you. He's there.
All right, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B out here at Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. And our next guest has seen basketball from just about every angle there is. Iowa high school star, college point guard, Big Ten assistant under Steve Alford with 2 conference titles, and head coach at Indiana State for 11 seasons, where he's second all-time in program wins. And now he gets to evaluate the next wave of NBA talent as a scout and analyst that is, for the Suns. And the NBA draft combine wrapping up. Greg Lance joins us now. I think maybe only for the first or second, maybe the second time on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. What's up, Coach? How you doing, buddy? What's happening?
I'm
Big opening
doing great, man. Yeah, thanks for having me on. That was a little too much for me.
Well, I have to, my partner here, Jimmy B, he's been doing basketball for so long. He's a big Iowa guy. He used to work in Iowa.
Of course. Absolutely.
Yeah, I know Iowa.
Yeah, I do.
So, Iowa and Indiana, so the whole nine. But anyway, so this NBA combine, for folks listening, they always see like the highlights. What's actually happening in that building that the cameras don't show?
Oh, man, it's some long days for us because there's so many kids, and what they do for the first 2 days is test them like they do on a football combine, height, weight, all kinds of stuff. And then so they do some measurements as far as vertical leap and quickness drills and shuttle runs and all that. So that's kind of the first 2 days. And the next 2 days are guys that are, a lot of guys that are going early in the draft. The lottery guys, they don't do anything, but these other guys play. So there's 2 days of 5-on-5 games, and then in the evenings, kind of the agencies, the biggest agencies have all the guys that they're representing, have them work out. So like yesterday, we were in here from 12:30 to 8:30, and we're doing the same thing here today. We just got a little break in between.
Okay. So, how much does the combine actually move your board or anyone's board versus just confirm what you guys have already seen on film all year?
Absolutely. That's a huge part of Rocky. Confirming it. Now, guys can move a little bit up and a little bit down, but as you know, you and I talk, we see these guys so many times during the year. Our group probably talks to every program of a kid that may be going into the draft, possible draft guys. We talk to 10 to 12 people from each program, everybody. Wow. We talk to everybody. So, yeah, the large part of our business is intel. So we do that, but then, we see them and we do this. And I think that's why, we got such a good group, is because we're all former coaches. And we know all these coaches, and we can get some pretty good intel.
Right. My question is, when you see a player and you found him on film and you like what you see, but he played for a team that was not very good, can you see why that team was not very good, even with a really good player on it? Or is it a case where the team just did not have enough complementary players for that player to look good when the games were played?
Great question, and some of both, and that's our job to figure that out. We want winning players, right? We want guys that impact winning. And if there's a reason that why doesn't this team win? And there'll be guys that in high school or college or 2 or 3 schools that they're at, they just never won. So that's something we look into. Sometimes it's no fault of their own. They're just the best player on the team that's not good enough on other nights, and he still is. Is how hard is he still playing? How hard is he still competing? Is he a good teammate? During these tough times, because adversity is going to hit everybody, right? But yeah, it's a little bit of both sides of what you are talking about, and it's our job to find out what the cause of it is. But we want winning players.
Okay, so can you guys make a determination then from what we see at the combine? Okay, this guy can't be good, but he's going to be in the G League for a little while before he really starts to represent his complete skill set. And look, you know who the stars are, so that's not in the equation. But guys who will probably be that 8, 9, 10th guy on the bench.
Yeah, and we want guys that work. I think a large part of what we've been doing since Brian Gregory took over and Coach Scott and his staff, we want guys that are workers, and we're basing our everything on each guy that we get getting better. Now, again, like I said, the Roc is they can move a little bit by what we see here at the combine. They can step up a couple spots on our draft board. They can also probably fall a little bit on it, but it's really kind of reinforcing what we already know. We don't learn a whole lot different because but a nice thing here is we get to interview guys. So there's eight or so of our staff and interviewing one of these guys, so we get to sit face to face with them and look them in the eye and see what they got to say.
Coach Greg Lansing joining us here, Sun Scout from Roc and Manuch from KBB here on ESPN Radio. Phoenix. All right, I got to ask you about the measurables. All the measurements: the height, the wingspan, the standing reach, the shuttle, the lane agility, all that stuff. Which one has actually maybe correlated best with NBA success in your experience? And then this follow-up would be, which is maybe overrated when you look at those measurements, Coach?
Oh boy. You got pros and cons to all of those. Obviously, vertical leap. You want to have something, some guys that can really get up in the air. But with your shuttle runs, they move laterally, how quickly they change directions. Now you go through and you take them all, and guys are pretty high on all of them. That tends to bode well for them. Now, if they're on the lower end of that scale, then you're probably not getting a great athlete. But how good are his skills? Has he always been like that? Can they improve? If he's always been like that, how is he within a game? If he does have the athleticism, and maybe his skills aren't as good, can he get better skill wise? So it's a bunch of stuff. I mean, it really is, and it all goes into the same formula, and that's why our staff, we work so hard on it all year long. And we're not done yet. The draft's still coming up, so there's a lot of work still to be done by our staff.
Right, everybody talks about, particularly in the Western Conference, that height and length have changed everything right now in the West. Look, Utah next season is going to start a front line that is going to be roughly 6'10". It's going to average 6'10". We all see what Portland is already. We know what San Antonio is, and OKC, the defending champions. So in your estimation, how important is it now to find guys who are 6'10" and can step out, can defend, and also be a rim protector?
Well, it's integral to everything we're doing, and you nailed it. Look at all those teams, with the size and the length. Now, we addressed it last year, come on, and just with what we're trying to do the same thing. We love our group, but we do have to get bigger. We do have to get longer, and that's on the perimeter as well as the interior. You can never have enough size. Even colleges, you look at Michigan who won it, they played so big. But again, with a guy like Kamon, a guy like Bashir, we got there at the start of the second round. We have to address those issues. We like our group, but we're always looking to get better.
Coach Greg Lansing joining us here, ESPN Radio Phoenix. All right, you were talking about the interview process. What are you generally trying to learn in that, say, 15 minutes that you have that you can't get from the film? And is there, like, one question, like you always have in your back pocket? I know when I interview people, I have that one question. Do you have something like that may reveal this guy can fit?
I kind of do, and I was a psychology major and a master's in counseling, so I try to look them deep in the eye and ask something. But we all kind of work well together when we're in those interviews. I kind of have my one or two questions that I'll ask, and I'm all about the character of a guy and how he affects the team and the team chemistry. And I'd like to know, and this is what we do with our phone calls, with our intel, is what type of kid is he? What do his teammates think about him? What kind of a teammate is he in tough times? So I think we all kind of have our questions that we want to get answered, but we also know a lot about this kid when he comes into the interview, so we really know what some of the areas we want to ask.
So, 11 years head coach at Indiana State, you recruited, you developed kids at a mid-major level, you took them to a very high level in the tournament and all that good stuff. Is how much different is to evaluate, the lens from an NBA versus what you were doing at Indiana State?
Yeah, it is. I mean, you guys already asked them. The size and the length, and the speed of guys is crazy. At Indiana State, we could get good guards. We could get guards that could play those, but anybody with size and length, they were probably going to a Power 5 and like that. So, but it's different. Again, this is just my second year, so I'm learning from our guys all the time. I just kind of like to use my eye test. I trust my eye, and what I see, can this guy play? Can he help us win?
With everything that's available now online and also all of the games being televised, is it still important for you to go see players in person? And if so, how often would you do that?
Oh yeah, no, we go. I mean, as soon as they start practicing, we're traveling all over the country, coast to coast, seeing guys practice. So we love. I'm a coach, so I love going and watching practice. You can kind of see more than maybe sometimes you can during the game. But we don't just go to the game. We're there for their game day practice that day. We go to the game 2 hours early to watch them before, and then obviously you watch them in the game. So it's a large part of it, because when you watch the game, hey, can he play or not? You see that kind of stuff. But also, how hard does he practice every day? Is he a good teammate in practice? Does he get after his team if they're not working hard enough? Is he working hard at doing all those things? So there's a lot into it, and it's fun. Like I said, I'm a coach, so I love watching practice.
So it's got to affect the golf game, right, Coach? I mean, I know you got your club with you, so I mean, all over.
I haven't played in over 2 years. If you
come on. All right, we're gonna change.
I swear.
All right, after the draft, Coach. After the draft, be my guest. So we'll go out. We'll go hit him. All right. So let's make that happen.
I will love it. Well, then we'll finish it orange.
Yes. See that? I got that. See that, man? I love it. Little plug for OD. I love it. Coach, thank you, buddy. I look forward to it. I love it. Yeah, I'll see you soon, buddy. Thanks for jumping on. That's Greg Lansing joining us here on the Roc and Manuch TVB. Great guy, scout for the Suns, with the Sixers prior to the Suns, and a guy that I've gotten to know for many, many years for my original first radio partner that he played basketball with in South Dakota. And but he did well. Indiana State, his first year, he took these guys to the tournament.
Yeah.
It's got to be a tough place to recruit when you got Indiana State and Indiana, right?
Well, there was this guy named Larry Bird who started in Indiana, and then did Bobby Knight, and then went to Indiana State. Look, let me just say, what I thought was really interesting is that even with all of the gizmos and the magic of the internet that everybody has, he still wants to go to practice. He wants to see how players respond in practice. And I get, he's a coach, that's what I do. But that is still an important factor for scouts. They go see practice of kids, not just the games.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into
Yeah.
the scouting, and of course you mentioned everything's online for the most part. But Phil, if we had more time, I would love to be a fly on the wall on the interviews.
Yes.
Because you may agree with me on this, but this younger generation doesn't talk, right? It's hard to get much out of the younger generation, a 17, 18-year-old. They don't communicate very well. And I think that's because of the phones and the internet, and instead of just, and how do you really get something out of it if he doesn't communicate, So, man. All right, the NFL schedule drops tonight, but the leagues are already pouring in. We'll dive into some of that next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B right here on ESPN Radio.
When it's game time in the Valley, you know what time it is. It's Twin Peaks time. Head to Twin Peaks with 5 Valley locations and massive screens everywhere you look. From basketball, baseball, to hockey, fights, and more, there's no better place to catch every play and all the action. Bud Light is a proud partner of sports fans everywhere. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views. When it comes to your roof, you don't want to mess around. And Arizona homeowners and business owners have known that for over a decade. State 48 Roofing is Arizona's #1 referred roofer. Residential, commercial, they do it all. And they've been doing it right here in the Valley for over 10 years. Protect your home, protect your business. And hey, keep your roof sexy with State 48 Roofing. Visit state48roofing.com. Or call 480-268-4509. State 48 Roofing, Arizona's most trusted roof. Phoenix, if you need a plumber, call the team that does it the right way. Victory Plumbing Arizona. It's particular plumbing for particular people with upfront pricing before the work starts. So there's no surprises when the job's done. And here's a deal just for listeners. Tell them you heard Victory Plumbing on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, and they'll waive the service charge. For leaks, clogs, water heaters, or anything plumbing, book today at victoryplumbingarizona.com. ROC number 268603.
Don't be fooled by the people you meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but anyone who tries to sell you pills is nothing more than a drug dealer. And if you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Know the truth about fentanyl at learnmoreaz.org. Don't be fooled. Don't be faked out. Visit learnmoreaz.org. Sponsored by Substance Awareness Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Hi, I'm Kim Holderness.
And I'm Ben Holderness. You don't have to have an amazing race to the doctor, but you should make time for routine.
You find somebody else.
I schedule my mammogram and other cancer screenings around my birthday and then treat myself to lunch.
I do too, because, of course, everyone likes lunch.
The C word can be scary, but routine screenings can detect cancer before symptoms appear.
And early detection equals better outcomes.
Go to preventcancer.org to find out which cancer screenings you need.
Social connection keeps your brain strong. So does a challenge. When you stay socially and mentally active, your mind stays engaged, and you might even lower your risk of dementia. Learn something new, pick up a hobby, or catch up with a friend. Up to 40% of dementia cases could be prevented or delayed by addressing risk factors like loneliness and inactivity of the mind.
Okay.
Explore alz.org/healthy habits for more tips. This message is sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association and the Arizona Department of Health Services.
It's Thursday, and welcome to Lodge Mentality. But guys are living at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree beer, served in perfectly frosted 22-ounce mugs. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, the countdown clock is 1 hour and 40 minutes until the NFL schedule comes out.
Oh, I better run to the Mets real quick.
Some games have been leaked out over the course of the last week. Patriots and Seahawks open up on the 9th of September, and that'll be on NBC. So that's a Super Bowl rematch. Just the second Wednesday opener in 75 years.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And then on Thursday, it'll be Netflix. Oh, great. 49ers and Rams in Australia. Then it'll be Sunday Night Football been released. Cowboys and Giants on NBC. The Monday night game. Only one Monday night game this year, so they're not doing doubleheaders. Broncos and Chiefs. Also leaks. Bears and Panthers, Jets and Titans, Falcons and Steelers, and Browns and Jags on September 13th, the first weekend. Those are all in the first window, the early window, the 10 o'clock window for us, 1 o'clock on the East Coast. All right, Thanksgiving, which will fall on November 26th. Bears at Lions, followed by Eagles at Cowboys, and Chiefs at Bills. So good stuff there. Thanksgiving Eve, the day before. This will be a first. Netflix, Packers at Rams.
Can I come over to your house?
Sure. Bring the beer. And then Christmas Day, at least one game is leaked, and that is Rams at Seahawks. Some other notable leaks. A Monday night game with the Eagles at Bears. Ravens at Cowboys in Rio. That'll be a Sunday game. Cardinals at Giants. That leaked.
Yeah, yes.
Why? October 4th. What's so significant about that?
I saw that, and I was like, oh, boy, this is exciting. Well, the Cardinals will be totally out of it by that time.
Yeah, four weeks in, they'll be 0-4, 0-5.
Yeah, and by the way, that we would get to see Kansas and running back
if he's back. He's sent out. We'll see.
Yeah.
Also, Chiefs and Raiders on that same day. Eagles at Commanders Sunday night. Vikings at 49ers, Mexico City. None of this means anything. But again, the only local hook is the Cardinals and Giants. That's the only thing that leaked.
Why do you think that?
I don't know why that came out.
Yeah. I mean, it has no importance in the grand scheme of things whatsoever. The Giants, I think, are going to be the most improved team. Them in the NFC. I think Cincinnati in the AFC.
Are you giving that because of the new head coach in Harbaugh, or what do you?
Yes, because they are going to try to feature Harbaugh, and I understand that. It is also the biggest television market in America. So the Cardinals are not as earlier in the show. They are not a big
draw. Got another league.
Okay.
Cardinals and Chargers, week 1.
Woo! At the Chargers?
I believe it's on the road, yeah.
Okay. Well, that'll be a good San Diego trip. Why don't we do the show from there?
Yeah, I mean, the weather would be great.
Yeah, we can do it.
It's still 110 here in September.
I got a friend that uses VR at SeaWorld. I can make that call.
I don't need to go see freaking.
You don't want to see
Shampoo?
Shampoo?
I don't need to see that. No, yeah. One other leak, week 12, the Thanksgiving weekend, the Washington Commanders will be coming into town.
Okay.
You think the teams care?
Hey, what's going on, Robert?
Everything all good in here?
Oh, yeah. Cool. All good.
Just check and make sure.
Cool.
Are you on this now, too?
No, just filling in. So I think one of their guys is out for like 3 weeks or something. And so Matt has to go out there and run the remote. And so when he goes out there, I got to run the board.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So I think it's only Thursday. So it's Thursday, Friday this week, and then Thursday, Friday next week.
Oh, they do a video, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, they got it going on right here. Twin Peaks.
Where the ladies at?
That's a see. I thought I was looking for too. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they ain't got no. All right, party.
You're good for Saturday, right?
Yeah, a trophy.
Did you use that? Use that cord right for the speaker? All right.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Cool. Thank you, Robert.
Look, as far as we keep the games out, I think it's funny because just like what you just
2 minutes.
referenced, Arizona and the New York Giants. Oh, here we go. That's a monster game. That's going to bring in huge numbers. No, it's going to play in New York and in Phoenix. That will be where that game will play. It will not be a all East Coast game. It will not be the all West Coast game either. It'll be in 2 markets.
It's just kind of funny that the leak, the 2 or 3 leaks that you have with the Cardinals are, of course, the Giants game in October, and then, all right, they're going to open in San Diego, or not San Diego, in Los Angeles against the Chargers. That's pretty cool. I mean,
Let's see.
I don't mind that. Better than going to the East Coast and having to start, it's an hour flight over to LA. Yeah. And but those leaks keep coming in, which is kind of interesting to see.
Are you fine now with the LA Chargers? Have you gotten past San Diego?
I just said San Diego.
I got to ask you that.
I'm always going to say that.
I struggle to do that. I even still do it with the Raiders because I worked in the Bay Area when they were the Oakland Raiders and they were really good.
I just don't know what to believe anymore because I know Monday I made a comment that I read and I'm mad at myself that I didn't double check my work. But I had been told and I'd seen, and it's my own fault for not looking at it a little closer, that the Cardinals would play the Vikings this year. That is not the case.
Okay.
I thought it was for some damn reason. I don't know because maybe I was hoping for that.
Yeah, you want.
It's like, that would be some material just to see how that would all play out.
Okay.
But anyway, that is not the case. All right. Next up, who's buying the 2026 college football season? Outkick came out with this incredible report that I want to pass along. It's pretty cool stuff. Also, I'm going to remind you about Vans Golf Shops. From clubs to golf balls to apparel to golf tech, Vans has Arizona golfers covered. They've been doing it since 1963. Custom club fitting and a 90-day satisfaction guarantee. You can shop now at vansgolfshops.com. All right, we're getting on the Twin Peaks ESPN 620 Sports Center update with Laz next, and then we'll talk about who owns college football. Yeah.
What out was that?
It's now time for your Rock and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Matt Lazarus. The first round of the PGA Championship is wrapping up. The course is already proving to be a major challenge for the world's top golfers. Scotty Scheffler had his share of the lead at 3 under, but just dropping back to 2 under. It is now 1 shot off the pace. 5 others remained at 3 under to hold the lead with the world number 1. Looks to go back-to-back at the PGA Championship.
30.
We'll keep you updated with scores and highlights as the opening round comes to a close. This month, every big sports moment runs to Twin Peaks. From the NBA playoffs and UFC to the Indy 500 and more. Catch all the action on wall-to-wall TVs with ice-cold beer and scratch-free food. Twin Peaks, where the beer is cold, the views are scenic, the game day is always bigger. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice cold Bud Light or refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views. Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
The way to go.
I'm Attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Rowe today and let's make them pay. Call 977-1900.
What offense would you think? Let's see.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry. Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with
Smokey the Bear.
Fire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with the perfect plan
All right,
to
what's his
ensure
name?
everyone's well
Cody.
fed and happy. Grand party,
Cody.
office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venencias.com.
Are you a dementia caregiver? Perhaps you care for your spouse, family member, or friend. Whoever it is, being a dementia caregiver can build relationships and test them. I'm Bill, and I want to thank you for the care you provide. I've faced similar situations, so I'm speaking on behalf of the Dementia Society of America, a nonprofit organization. Request our free guide filled with tips on care, planning, and much more. Go to 1-800-DEMENTIA.org or call 1-800-DEMENTIA. Thank you.
Thursday, and welcome to Lodge Mentality. But guys are living at Twin Peaks, Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard at the 101. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree beer, served in perfectly frosted 22-ounce mugs. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
Indiana spent $21 million last year. Went 16-0, national champ.
Oh, you're talking
Heisman caliber quarterback. And guess what? They're not in the top 15 most valuable rosters heading into 2026. Meanwhile, you have Texas is about to spend nearly $50 million, and they haven't won a title since Vince Young. So is money buying championships in college football okay? Or is it just buying disappointment? Because the new numbers have just dropped, and I thought we'd get into it. An outfit called College Front Office. They tracked estimated NIL roster validations and across all 68 Power 4 teams. Now, these are player valuations, not exactly what schools spend, but everybody in the industry will tell you those two numbers move together. Where there's smoke, there's a booster with a checkmark. And the new top 15 list dropped today. And of course, the SEC and the Big Ten are eating everybody's lunch. I mean, they literally are. When you look at this list, Texas came in at number 1. The estimates were $47.9 billion. Wow. Miami, 44. Ohio State, 43.5. Then it goes LSU, Oregon, Notre Dame, Texas A&M, Alabama, rounding out the top 10, Texas Tech, and Tennessee. And then you got Ole Miss, Georgia, USC, Oklahoma, and Michigan on the bottom at number 15 at $32.4 million. You know, you kind of Indiana, yes, defending champs, not even in the top 15. Right? Cignetti proved you could win without the biggest checkbook, which is kind of cool. You know, can he do it twice? Or, in my opinion, which is what it was, I thought it was late to get a bottle in 1 year.
Well,
He's not going to have a Heisman Trophy winner again.
You have to remember that he did win his first year. He just wasn't in the national championship game. His second year, they go undefeated and win the national title. I don't think that they will be a team that goes undefeated again and may not make it to the championship game. But, Rock, I believe in Cignetti, and I think that team will be good enough once again to be in the college football 12-team play.
All right, I'll take that. I don't think we're going to see them in Vegas, the national championship.
No.
12 of the top 15 are from the SEC and the Big Ten. The only ACC team was number 2, Miami. Okay? The only Big 12 team of the 15 was Texas Tech. They got that billionaire Cody Campbell.
Yeah.
Is this the death of competitive balance?
No.
Or are we this is just basically reality now?
No, it's reality. I don't think it's the death of competitive balance. I think
you got to have money.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're asking. You just gave me 15 schools that will be competitive. So what do they all have in common? they are able to spend millions and millions and millions of dollars to attract top flight athletes to their school. So it's a different factor. It's not the end of competitive balance, but it is the end of smaller schools who do not have huge money donors trying to keep up.
Right. So what do you say about a USC Michigan, which are on the bottom of the list?
Okay.
You know, Lincoln Riley, I think, is on the hot seat this year.
I agree.
Michigan's got the Bryce Underwood kid, who and a new head coach with Willingham. Yeah. Every other team in the top 15 has made the playoff or hired a coach who did. How crazy is that? Now put that together. It's a big fucking coach.
Right. One from Mountain
It's
View.
expensive.
The defensive guy from Mountain View.
Right now, you're not going to see a team
Play that funky movie right now.
because they have been, people know that school, and they have been good in the past. In fact, they went undefeated a few times. And I remember.
Okay, let's see here.
In Glendale. So a school like in the Mountain West is going to be left behind because they can't compete financially. However, a school like Arizona State or Arizona, I think in another year or so, if big donors don't attach themselves to those two schools, they will start to see a slip as well. I just think.
Then you have Notre Dame.
Yes.
They're going to spend about $40 million.
Okay.
And they have what people think is an easy schedule. They only have 4 true road games: BYU, North Carolina, Purdue, and Syracuse. Those are all probably wins.
All
Neutral sites,
yeah.
Navy and Wisconsin. They do have Miami, the Hurricanes' first trip in about 10 years.
Okay.
But only 2 Power 4 opponents are projected as threats, and that is Miami and Michigan State. I mean, they got a cupcake in Rice, but I always look at all the Dover fans out there, and I mean they're going to make the playoff. It just seems like they're near luck. I mean, they got pushed out this year.
They did.
That was created some controversy.
It did. No, look, Miami deserved to go. The team that did not deserve to go was freaking Alabama.
Yeah.
And because they sucked.
I agree.
And they got blasted by Indiana in their playoff game at the road. So that's where we're going to run into problems. Is the SEC is going to try to lobby like crazy, just like they lobbied and snuck Alabama in when they had no business being in. Notre Dame should have been in. As far as if you're taking Alabama, then Notre Dame should not have been in, and Miami should have, and they proved their worth, obviously, because Notre Dame lost to Miami. But you're going to, I don't think it's going to be as much of the Big 12 as it is going to be from the SEC, because the SEC schools are not in areas. They don't have the richest of the rich alumni who could just cough up a big check.
It's a challenge that Arizona State has. They don't have a Cody Campbell like Texas Tech. If they could find that, because there was a Tempe-based agent, and it goes by Peter Boyle, CEO of Activate Sports Management. He has the ASU ranked somewhere in the middle of the Big 12 when it comes to NIL spending. And, Kenny seems like he's always out there preaching. He is. I mean, it just sucks that that's the role of a football coach now. You're a CEO and you're begging for money. They need somebody to throw $20 million. Yeah. You lose Sam Levitt, which that sucked. Maybe arguably one of a great quarterback.
He's going to have a great year.
Really well, first round pick probably, and then you're going to look back and say, "Damn, there's another guy that left." If the donor could give $20 million today, that's like monopoly money for them, right? That could make a considerable difference in Arizona State football.
I'm with you 100%, and the University of Arizona is going to run into the same situation. Now, does that mean that you won't be competitive? No, you'll be competitive, but you're not going to be a top team in your conference because somebody else, like I'll use Texas Tech, since you just referenced them, is going to have a lot more money to attract a better player. And it's got nothing to do with the schools are great. But here we are. If you don't have, and I go back to this. I remember an interview that Mark Cuban did. And Mark Cuban pretty much said, hey, I paid for Mendoza. My 20 million that I contributed went to Mendoza. I mean, you don't have a Mark Cuban at ASU or U of A. That's my point.
Yeah, U of A is interesting because let's be honest, they're a basketball school, right? I mean, you threw a lot of money at Tommy Lloyd. You know, one of the best coaches in the country. Mikhail gets his sponsor, and they're bringing him to play the football.
All right, some Mountain View.
Upgrades. I mean, they extended Brent Brennan. He got an extension as well. They're sitting pretty, I think, but they don't have the big booster money either that Arizona State lacks as well. You wonder if there's somebody down there, Jim Flick or whoever the guys are down. I have no clue who's down in Tucson, but Jim Flick is a big auto dealer right down there. He's maybe not quite the same as Ryan Smith up there in the Utah area, but I'm anxious to see what these two schools are going to do to be competitive balance. Yeah. How can Arizona State, how can Arizona keep up in the Big 12, even though there is no big whale other than Texas Tech, but that didn't work for them this year. All that money they spent, they should have won it all.
Let's see, one offense, one defense. We get all line. We get all line.
Arizona just had a big naming rights deal with Casino del Sol. That's the big
that was the stadium
chain down there. So
that was before the basketball.
Yeah, it was. But maybe there's something with the casino, the Indian reservation, where they donate a lump sum of millions. But I mean, Texas Tech was never a blue blood, and they're still. I don't think they are. They just have a lot of money. So if you find someone maybe from the casino or the owner down there that can donate like that, eventually you can kind of turn the page there. But like you said, they're probably more of just a basketball school at heart. So
but once again, it goes.
But they what 9 wins last year, Mike? Is that right?
They had a good year. Yeah, they have beat us back for like 28 years.
It's just crazy.
They had a really.
I think he's just going to always be a good college.
Yeah.
Unless he can have an unbelievable year, and also the way you looked at maybe a 4th, 5th round, 6th round pick or something like that. It could be on the bench somewhere.
He's got a good arm. He's just Tyler's size, and that's a problem.
That's right. He is. He's like Pavia.
Yeah.
That played.
Okay.
Is he on what Baltimore's roster? Yeah.
That won't last long.
Hey, these guys are getting an opportunity. I found myself watching whatever that league is right now. UFL, and watching our friend Coach Neuheisel and his team in Dallas. Wasn't much on Monday night. I think it was, or Tuesday night. I'm just sitting there watching that.
I think I watched one last week, and Kevin Sumlin, who's just a terrible coach for U of A, was coaching Houston. And the coach of the other team was Ted Ginn Jr. Yeah. I was like, how do these guys get these jobs? It's pretty crazy.
But so again, just to kind of wrap up, it's interesting when you look at the amount of money that these schools are giving to their players, their NIL rosters. I mean, Texas, $50 million. Yeah. You're a college kid coming out, you just want to get paid. How can you not go to one of those schools?
And that's also,
even if you're sitting on the bench,
but that's also why you're going to see some players stay longer because they get NIL money and they figure out, okay, I'm not going to be an NFL player, but I can make a couple of mil if I play 4 years in college.
But one thing that Kirk Signetti did prove that money doesn't guarantee anything. That is correct. If he's only at $20 million, and here he is going 16-0, trophy winner. Yeah. He didn't have that type of money. He may now start to get that kind of money. I mean, they're paying him a lot of money to be the head coach.
Yes, they are.
All right, we're going to be finishing up out here at Twin Peaks in Scott. So appreciate you hanging out with us today. We'll have our Learner in a Row rewind, or one call today, I should say. We'll do that next to tell you what's on tap and get you caught up in what's going on with the PGA Championship. Let's go shuffling. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, with Twin Peaks Scottsdale.
When it's game time in the Valley, you know what time it is. It's Twin Peaks time. Head to Twin Peaks with 5 Valley locations and massive screens everywhere you look. From basketball, baseball, to hockey, lots and more. There's no better place to catch every play and all the action. Bud Light is a proud partner of sports fans everywhere. Twin Peaks, eats, drink, scenic views.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, from my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selection.
Well, what do you think is for one call?
At Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota. Just off the 101 on Franklin
do a bite of some sort
and always online. Right
Just draw something relevant.
The right price.
Maybe the D-backs game,
Check out
the walk-off.
Bigger fields, bigger events, bigger experiences. Arizona Athletic Grounds. Arizona Athletic Grounds is a 275-acre sports and entertainment destination for athletes.
Derek Hall was on Bickley and Rhonda this morning talking about the big three of the D-backs.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, cool. We'll do that one.
Can you do me a favor? Grab that down and put it into a new news busting and just copy and paste the link onto the one call also real quick?
Yes.
Sweet. Thanks, brother.
Yeah, I got you. And so the redrunner is the dry liner, and then I hit the sound.
Yeah, just the music bed under it, and then music bed first, then that one call dry liner. It's like the bright red button, and then just go right into that call.
All right, cool.
Perfect. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
Book your Mizuno fitting in store or online at worldwidegolf.com. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
Sarah Ball.
And then you can just copy and paste that sound, like the script thing that you copy and paste, just right next to that rejoin learner row right there. I can change the color of this.
A lot. And that's important. Trying to keep costs down.
Perfect. That's it. I'll do the rest. Thanks so much, man.
Yep, no problem.
It was like, if you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers.
All right, Rob, that soundbite link is not attached to it.
Plus, America's fastest 5G home internet for just
What is that?
$35 each.
Derek Hall.
Oh, okay.
President of the
This is the only Arizona Sports today.
Yeah.
Line, 2 lines, Essentials, Choice 55, $35 connection charge for line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Oak Cliff Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rates reserved.
It's the Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all call of the day. If you're looking for a full service law firm, just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Yes, I mean, we have not seen these guys play like the level that they should be playing, what the expectations are. So I do believe so. Once we unlock that, we get them back to who they are. We're better than this, and that's going to come around. I really believe it. And for us to be 2 games under 500 right now, it's still to me baffling. I mean, it's unbelievable as poorly as we played. The pitching has come around. I think the offense is going to come around. We've shown again signs of life the last couple of days.
President Derek Hall of the Arizona Diamondbacks on this morning with Bickley and Murata on 98.7. Arizona Sports, talking about the top 3 needing to play better. I would agree. Yeah, you want to see your superstars play better. But he's right. He brings up a great point. This team has played some bad baseball, and they're still right there in the hunt. I mean, they really are.
It's amazing to me when they had that series in Texas, where Texas was 1 game out of first place, and they had a losing record. And the Diamondbacks, when they began that series, were only like 4.5 out of first place. Now they have fallen back.
No, they're right now. Well, right now, by the way, they're 4.5 out.
Oh, okay.
Because here's what's interesting: if you're really not paying attention, Dodgers are They're right now they're tied with the Padres for first place.
Yeah.
I want for some reason I just root on the Padres. I don't know why. Small market team, And we know the San Francisco Giants are just gonna basically just throw into town. They're just gonna unload millions of dollars of contracts, and the Rockies do what the Rockies are every year. It's unfortunate for that fan base. It's unfortunate for baseball that you have a team like the Colorado Rockies that are always bad.
They're better this year than they have been, but they are still bad.
They're 8.5 out. I mean, they're I don't know. But they're the ones that you look on your schedule like, okay,
that's a win. That's a win. That's a win.
It's interesting to see some of the big teams. Like last year, we talked a lot. If you remember going into September, we were talking about the Blue Jays who go to the World Series, right? You talked about the Boston Red Sox. You talked about the Royals, the Tigers. Both of those two teams, well, 4 teams, are all at the bottom of their division. Yeah, all of them. And it's interesting to see that. They're just awful. You can't do anything right there. But the Braves are kind of on fire. I mean, they have the most wins in baseball right now with 30, so they're playing well. Quietly, the Braves are having success. But
what's up with your Phillies?
I'm not new manager. Yeah, watch out for Don Manning. We'll be all right.
We're starting to heat up.
Watch out. Yeah. I was listening to WIP in Philadelphia yesterday. It's a station I kind of grew up in, and they're trying to make a case that Schwarber is the best Philly home run hitter of all time. And like Schmidt, Ryan Howard, but then I kind of sucked in a little bit. And I was like, man, I love Schwarber.
I do too.
I mean, he is. I mean, when you got a guy who hits home runs like he does, and he's your leadoff hitter sometimes. That's fun to watch. Don't get me wrong, Mike Schmidt's my favorite player of all time. And, 500 plus home runs, Hall of Fame, and all that good stuff. But I mean, Jim Thome was a long time, home run hitter for the Phillies, and you just brought Ryan Howard.
What the fuck is the definition of the 2 words?
Those guys all struck out a lot,
Holy
though.
shit.
Kyle Schwarber has one of the better eyes in baseball. He still has his fair share of strikeouts, but he takes a lot of base on balls. He walks a lot. And he has, a lot of pop.
This is what has changed then in Major League Baseball. Who leads off for the Phillies? Schwarber.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's
great. Who leads off for the Dodgers? Ohtani. When he's hitting, he leads off. They have.
Why would you put your best player first?
Exactly.
I understand analytics.
Second, now it's first. I don't get it. Why?
Does he was second?
It used to be, but your best batter second. Judge used to bat second. Trout, those guys. But now for the A's, Shea Langoliers, he's their catcher. He bats leadoff.
Yeah.
It's a new thing. It's weird.
Yeah. It's
totally
chicks love the long ball, right?
Yeah. Always.
They love the long ball.
I mean, everybody was looking for Ricky Henderson. Because Ricky, he was always going to get on base. He's the greatest leadoff hitter of all time, and also the greatest leadoff home run hitter of all time as well. And now, since they can't find that guy because he doesn't exist anymore, because everybody uses that low to high swing to try to elevate the baseball. Now things have changed.
Hey, Rob.
You put your power hitter. Right now,
So you get the call you from home, and then you come in late, and then you work this show.
I don't know.
It's weird. It's like, wait a minute. Oh shit.
I don't know if they're punishing me or rewarding me.
I would take it as a confidence boost.
Right?
They trust you.
Yeah, I hope so. That's the goal.
Especially these guys, because I'm not yet. These guys, because they're paying to be on the air. So.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. It's all good. But yeah, anyway. All right.
Thanks, Rob.
It's just not what I did. It's like it used to be. Of course, when they got to the World Series, all right, that was big. I mean, you had all kinds of guys. You had Grace, Johnson, and Schilling, and you go on and on, right? Yeah. But now the team really hasn't had much identity over the years. It was something. It was Skipper for Gibson. Then it was who else was it we were talking about? It was Tony La Russa. But it was guys that weren't even playing that were the face. I mean, you can make a case that Derek Hall is a bigger face of the organization than for the players, right? I mean, think about it. When you think about the identity, when you think of identity, then Carroll, then Corbin. When was the last time you saw him doing radio and TV interviews and out and about doing stuff? I'm not saying I'm not knocking anybody here. No,
3
I'm
minutes.
saying it would be cool to see, somebody out there, just somebody that's, the face of the organization. Yeah, I mean, who is the face of this organization right now?
So when
Torey Lovullo, answer that question.
Okay, I would say it's probably Torey.
Yeah,
because
again, it's a manager.
It's a manager.
Okay, it seems like that's been the case a few times.
You would hope it'd be Ketel Marte and soon Corbin Carroll.
Yeah, but okay, but we've been saying Corbin Carroll's going to be the star. And clearly he is a great player, and he's having a decent year. But is he clearly the face of the organization?
He should be.
You
He's
may
a top
see
10 player in baseball. That's what they ranked before the year, so he should be. But I guess he hasn't been.
He hasn't been that, but I don't see teams preparing differently to pitch to Corbin Carroll. I see teams preparing differently to pitch to Schwarber, to pitch to Ohtani, but I don't see teams
2
freaking
minutes.
out when Corbin Carroll walks into the
Well,
bat.
he's struggled to hit a fastball this year. He can't hit a fastball.
All right, so we look at the last 2 years of Corbin Carroll. Okay, 231 and 24, and 22 home runs, 74 RBIs, a lot of runs, 121 runs. The guy's so fast, right? Yeah. Follows up the 25 season, 259, 31 home runs, 84 RBIs, 107. He's off right now, 266. Averages up, 5 dingers, 20 RBI, 26. Of course, we're only a month and a half into the season. But if he can start getting up there, start putting in, getting some more hits. Yeah, it's just like you're talking about now. He's not the same as freaking hits. We just need to get on base.
Yeah.
Get Carroll on base.
Yeah.
And then just let him do his thing.
Yeah.
But I know he's had the hand injury. I mean, maybe that's affecting some of it. But I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take to get a face of the organization. Doesn't really matter. If that's just a waste of time right now that I brought that up. But I don't know. It just seems like the Diamondbacks have been one of those teams that doesn't have an identity. Maybe there is an identity. I don't know. Somebody tell me what it is.
Okay, the Phoenix Suns identify fans with Devin Booker.
Good question.
Okay. The
Cardinals.
The Cardinals identified with
Kyler. Yeah, now you can say
Jeremiah Love.
Well, not necessarily. I wouldn't give it to him yet. I would say McBride right now.
Yeah.
You see him quite a bit.
Okay.
It's the jerseys. What jerseys are you seeing the kids wear out there? Who they? It's Corbin Carroll probably. If you go to a Diamondback
Yeah.
game, you probably see
Him and
more
Marte.
him. And Marte, yeah. Yeah, man. All right, we'll do it again tomorrow. If you missed anything, you can go to rockandmanuch.com. Make sure you download the Arizona Sports app. Appreciate
25
Dalby for joining us, and Rick Toro, Eric Williams. Who else am I missing? Greg Lansing. Yep. So tomorrow, big show tomorrow. Get into the PGA Championship as well. Get into the weekend. And, of course, the NFL schedule will be out. We've got to talk about that. All right, for the guys back at the studio, for everyone else that's been making this happen each and every day, I'm Rock. Do it again tomorrow, 1 o'clock for White Toyota.
It's back.